Hi, Doug. How are you
everybody.
doing this week? Welcome to
Good.
SpeakEasy Conversations, where I guarantee I'm not going to end the stream live
We
beforehand.
dare to dream.
We're going to raise the level this week.
All right. What do you got? What did you pour there, man?
I don't know what the fuck was going on last week, though. That was wild. But anyway,
Oh,
um, I apologize to our wonderful co-host who was here last week and our guest for that wild whatever the hell that was. Anyway,
yeah.
I wasn't even drunk or high. Well, I was a little high probably.
Yeah, well,
Anyway, Doug. Hopefully you're not high because what are you drinking? Someone has to keep
someone's
the
got to start. Well, you had poured some, so I was just going, but I'll go. So it's stout season, MadEflMadness, but I'm going to start with stout adjacent. I'm going to start with an Alpha Claus from Three Floyds, their Christmas porter.
Mm, mm, mm,
You sound dubious, Greg.
mm. What is it again?
It's Alpha Claus. It's from Three Floyds. It's their Christmas porter.
Mm, mm.
Yeah. So,
Floyd's
so
is an interesting one.
yeah. We've actually started getting more of their stuff recently. So there we go. This is my Liquid State, which I was at recently. Really great glass. On my shirt too, but
Wait, that's the brewery? Liquid
yeah.
State?
This is Liquid State is the name of the brewery that I was at this weekend.
Ooh, we gotta critique that logo. Look at that bad boy.
That is lovely, right? So, but cheers to you, sir.
Yeah, I didn't mean this banner. It's just from earlier, but works, I guess, right?
So,
What is it?
good.
Product placement, advertisement?
Yeah, I got none unless I'm representing
Well, you got
Halo. I got
Liquid State. You're
yeah,
giving, you're giving Liquid State some free, dub there.
yeah. So yeah, that's a good porter, man. Good solid porter. Got a little bit of the Christmassy elements to it. A little bit of actually pretty roasty. So, but a good start. So, what do you got, man? What do you pour?
Yeah, I'm gonna give a dub to. This is a stout show, right?
Yeah.
So Greg starts off with a West Coast IPA.
Right on theme. Right on theme.
This is called Little Tornado from McFleshman's. It's Bobby McFleshman's baby Pliny, because he does a Pliny the Elder clone, and then this is the baby one of it or something. I don't know. It's a banger. It's a banger. I mean, look, it looks the part. It's you're straight down the line, West Coast IPA, which I think is making a comeback or one of the most IPA styles I'll see here at least.
Yeah. I don't know. I West Coast and hazies are not my jam, but
Those are the two, right?
yeah, those are the two big guns right now. So
Those are the big guns. So one note, y'all, before we bring on our chaos. StreamYard has added a new feature, y'all, which is the horizontal and the vertical. And Doug, can you see the vertical over? Can you see two screens?
yeah, I actually have them open over on my other screen, so I could see the vertical and the horizontal. So like
Can you see it in the studio
though? Not. No, where would I see that?
Wow, that's weird. Okay, cool. The point is, y'all, we have vertical feed for y'all on the phone, and we have a horizontal feed for y'all on PC. And we know that y'all do a various thing because we know April watches all the time and she's at work, so she's on her phone.
Yeah.
And we know JHG and I'm pretty sure Daniel both do PC. So
yep.
Look for that on YouTube, and if you end up on the one that you don't want to be on, just click through and you'll be able to find the other one. Right? And I think, I don't know, what Doug and I have to pick one to send out. So who knows what's going to happen? So you might get but we're not doing that on purpose. like last week where I didn't, end the stream on purpose or whatever the hell. Anyway,
Talk about a panic, man. I was in a panic. I couldn't stop it. I was like, what's
that was
going on?
weird. Well, they listen on the mobile for whatever reason, Doug. It throws me on. I just wanted to come and hang out, right? So this threw me on stage, right? So then I get on stage and then I couldn't get off stage. I wanted to like go back, when you can go down.
Yeah.
And then the only button I saw was end stream, and like literally, there's not even a catch. So like when I'm in the studio, y'all, and I hit end stream, it'll say, "Are you sure you want to end the stream right now,
Yep.
kid? Are you too high or drunk to be doing this?" And I don't. And a lot of times but on that, it was like end stream, click. Oh, the stream is over. Like, bitch, what? And then I'm not at home, dog. It was a mess. Anyway.
Yeah.
Doug, do you know what we have next week?
Who we have next week? Yeah. We have Black
Before
Christmas
we get to
Media.
it, who knows what's gonna happen now?
Yeah, but we have Black Christmas Media with Brianna. Ancestors and Alcohol, baby. So
yes. And we're gonna I wish we could spring Mariah on her. We gotta figure something out.
we got to figure something out for that.
There's going to be some trolling.
Or Wham. We got to bring Wham because then we do Whamageddon.
It is Mariah season, isn't it, though?
Hey, right, Mariah.
Doug. This is one of your favorite nights, isn't it, Doug?
It is.
Of course I'm going to show that.
Yeah.
Dang, y'all. Just, hey. The Eagles, what a mess that team is. That shit's funny. Anyway, Doug, this is one of our favorite shows of the year, Doug. Do you want to say why real quick?
Well, for me, it's because I get to drink Mad Elf on the screen. That's my reason. Plus, we get to have 1 million people and all our friends hanging out with us, which is the better part of it all. So,
for better or for worse, right?
Yeah, it's always for better.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right, Doug. So I don't know. I guess we'll just start bringing them on, right? Is that how we do? All right, Doug.
Sure.
Do you have any? Okay. So how about this? The first person that we'll introduce is one of my best friends in the world. Not that all these guys aren't, but this guy is really close. He's actually probably my longest friend here. We don't always get along, but we love each other. And that is JHG. We actually always get along, right, JHG?
Yeah.
I mean, when you want to talk about the Trans-Siberian Orchestra, what are you talking about?
What can I say?
The Patriot shit, and it's just the boss shit, Doug. What are we gonna do with all that?
Hey, everybody has flaws. And that's okay. We love them regardless.
Good evening, JHG. What is in your glass before we?
Yeah, what are you drinking, sir?
Well, I had an idea in mind. I'm going to go the porter route because you said porter. I said, okay, I got to do that. But it's a pumpkin porter, Air Gordon from Solace Brewing here in the DC area.
What do you think of that, Brandy? Show that again.
Can you show that again, please?
So that's the Air Gordon.
Okay, that's clever. That's clever. How are they not getting an IP violation for that? I don't know.
Right. That's from Solace Brewing here in the DC area.
Yeah.
All right.
That's amazing. I'm completely enthralled.
Yeah, that is a dark porter. Look at that thing.
Oh, that's nice.
Look at that thing.
Glass. That sexy glass. Yo.
Is that heliotrope?
Woof.
Friends at heliotrope.
Woof, Doug. Look at that.
That looks lovely.
Oh.
Nice profile pic, Amani. Look at that, brother.
That's on the verge of being a stout. It's so close to being it's very roasty. Yeah, it's got a little bit of that pumpkin spice to it. It's not overwhelming, but it's at the right time of season. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Pumpkin porter.
Nice.
Air Gordon.
All right. Looks good.
Like that one.
We will bring on our next guest, but he's not a guest though. He's a co-host, and he's the aforementioned co-host that I ended the stream on last week and had to scramble with Doug to fucking bring some kind of semblance back to the whole fucking thing. So, love him to death. It's Jerry Richard.
Yeah. Hey Jerry, you're muted, so we can't hear you.
Yeah, it makes things tough, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up,
A little bit.
Jerry? How you doing? Missed you last week. I was trying to hang out, and
Well,
it
I
didn't
mean-
work out.
And you said you were on your phone, right? So it's difficult because sometimes the controls are different on the phone. So I get it. But no, it's good to see everybody. I'm going to go ahead and get into, let's see if I can do this right with this blur. We've got the Wintervention. It's a Dark Strong Winter Ale from Peticolas here now.
Oh, nice.
Mm.
Petty colas too, so you know that's probably gonna be quality.
Yeah, brewery. I'm so intrigued by.
Yes, because their main beer, they got started with a Imperial Red Ale. That was their
Yeah.
main thing. So,
Manny.
we need to talk. So yeah, like really dark here, and that's got girthy head for days. I can appreciate. But yeah, this is really good. And there's a version that they make when they have their holiday parties that is this and coffee, and it's really nice. Or it has a version with coffee beans in it. It's really good. So
Yeah, there we go.
All right. We're gonna bring on next friend of the show from the beginning, one of our biggest supporters and friends and hosts. Hell, Jerry, I think you hung out with him. Doug hung out with him recently. It's our friend Dan on top.
What's up, y'all?
hey,
What's up, Dan on top?
What's up,
How you
Dan?
doing?
Actually,
How you doing?
Dan, you
I
good?
got that hat too, baby.
Sorry for y'all that didn't get applause, but actually, let's.
Hey, I did this. That's my applause. I
That's
get
applause, yeah. I like applause.
Look, I did it 3 times, Doug. We made up.
All right,
Yeah.
everybody got their applause.
Ren would be pleased, so it's good.
Yes.
yes.
Yes, and are we going to be pleased about what you have in your glass?
Yeah. What
Oh,
you
I just have like one last tiny sip of this because I kind of started off before. I haven't had this brewery before. This is a Four Quarters Brewing. This is out of Winooski, Vermont. This is a Symphony of Stars. So they wanted oatmeal stout 6%. It's got oats, chocolate malt, your typical items there. Super lovely mouthfeel, super easy drinking. Basically, it's like I definitely would have loved to have this with breakfast. If especially if I was having French toast, that just would be bomb. But yeah, I have one on deck basically that's going to be from JHG's neck of the woods actually, from Stockwood
nice.
Cellars. So
All right.
All right.
Oh, we're not done yet either, Manny.
Greg forms the head.
Get that start.
Gundam.
I am a Gundam.
Respectfully, I'm more like He-Man these days, but whatever. Anyway.
Yeah.
Hey, that shit's coming out next year, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah,
Something like
All right.
yeah.
All right, Doug. So, Doug, this is your choice. Do we bring on the Boston fan or do we bring on the Bears fan? You pick your poison here.
I think-
because
I
either way,
think-
you're going to hear some shit. So,
No, here's what I think. I think we bring on the Boston fans so the two Boston fans can collaborate and be all giddy. And then we bring on the real star of the show, the Chicago fan.
okay. So, respectfully, as the producer, I'm going to overrule that because why do we want to put the fucking Boston people together as fast as possible? So, we're going.
I want to get it out of the way. That was my whole point.
You're not. I got.
Oh, good.
I want to bring on my friend, the Bears fan, who is part of the evil side that pulled me to the Bears fan.
Hello. How is it going, guys?
Hello.
What's up, Matt?
What's up, Matt Clark, podcast extraordinaire, dad, and disc golf extraordinaire, and Bears fan extraordinaire, and memorabilia extraordinaire, and video game extraordinaire, and all those things.
A man of many hobbies.
We're here because you like beer, so you're gonna show us some good.
Yeah. So this all folds in together, right? So as we know, Bourbon County, Black Friday, they go hand in hand, right? And it's funny. Today, the Bears clinched their first winning season since 2018.
2018.
So I've got the Chicago favorite, Bourbon County from 2018.
And I know I haven't been a Bears fan since 2018, so I need to shut my mouth, but it's fine. I'm still over here.
Don't mind the Sam Adams glass. I don't have my setup, so you can't see.
Oh,
all
I don't mind.
And stuff,
it's okay. So. It's fine.
Man, that is still amazing. That's what, 7 years old?
7 years old.
Nice, man.
It's still incredible. It has a lot of coffee to it still, a lot of chocolate, and like a hint of vanilla. Like it's still around, which is impressive for a 7-year-old beer in general. To have any flavor for this not to just be a multi-hop bomb is pretty impressive.
Yeah, and
absolutely,
it's definitely no surprise to all of us, I'm sure, because they are one of the OGs. Technically, I guess not. Apparently, right? But anyway, we will leave that for another.
The pumped up Greg Hall stories, basically. Yeah. Although I did notice who was a Chicago beer who had that post about the update to the flags on the side of the bottle.
Yeah, that was Mike Zoller. Yeah, he was talking about the flags are different, so that you know that you can age it, because people thought you had to age it 5 years because that's how they had the verbiage on it.
Like drink now or hold, they said basically, or some easy effect of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a wonder that much of our history is bullshit, but I'll leave that.
Yeah.
Or what people tell us how things happen is really interesting on how it actually happened. But anyway, speaking of that, Doug, here's your wonderful Boston.
Oh, you want me to bring that one on?
No, listen. We're not going to demonize our friend before he gets up here. We just did.
No,
but
we love him.
He's one of
the OG. He's one of the OG supporters of this show too. So
he is. He supported us before there was probably a show.
I think so.
I don't even know if that's possible. Yeah. Even though Doug badgers him.
Yeah, it's me
about being a asshole. We still love Jeff Tepper.
Yeah,
everybody should love Jeff Tepper.
And the joke is on you all, because you would try to avoid the Boston, but then Matt comes out with the Sam Adams class. So Boston was there.
Thank you. Thank you.
I was hoping that was going to slide and not whatsoever.
I mean, Bruin. There's Boston Bruins, and there's people brewing in Boston. So.
That's true. The Bruins didn't do so good today, though.
They did not.
I had to turn that one off real quick.
So, certified Cicerone, Jeff, we want to hear what's in your glass.
Yes.
So I'm really glad that Dan had an oatmeal stout, because I came on ready to advocate for oatmeal stout as the best stout in all of the other stouts, and I feel like it brings together all of the good things about the other stouts all in one. And so I got this one, and then I have another one, but I'm glad I'm not the only person drinking oatmeal stout tonight.
I'm a little surprised you didn't say it was an oyster stout was your favorite, considering you're from New England.
I'm allergic to shellfish, so
Yeah, well, yeah,
I
that
gotta
would be
let
bad.
that be
Then.
someone else.
That would be bad.
When
Then.
was the last time y'all saw an oyster stout on the shelf, though? For real, for real.
I haven't seen an oyster stout
I'm trying to
forever.
remember. Yeah.
I saw like a port. They had Porterhouse oyster stout on tap downtown at Francis Tavern, way down by Fide in New York City. But that's the last one I saw in a long time. So
I know Rogue used to make an oyster stout. Sorry.
You trying to tee me up or something, Doug?
Yeah, it was actually.
Yeah.
You ain't doing that today.
You know me too well. You know me too well.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of the fun of the show. Hey, April, real quick. Nice to see April. Everybody wave to April. April.
What's up, April?
April, I don't know if you know. I'm pretty sure you're watching your phone. There's a YouTube stream for vertical and now horizontal now. Whatever you could work. I'm pretty sure you're on your phone. So
they're commenting on the right one for the phone. So
so
they are commenting that one. So,
look at all that. Okay, so everybody has their first beer out.
yeah.
Does anybody have any comments about anybody else's beer? Anything jump off?
I'm loving this. I'm loving the diversity here, man, of stout. It's great. So
Yeah.
All right.
And those of us who didn't have a stout, Greg.
So
I know, but JHG's is basically like the color wise and viscosity wise close in my mind. So
Yeah.
I just
remember, Doug, I was the one who said like, "Hey, man, bring whatever you want. I don't care."
That's true.
You don't care either. So
yeah, I know.
He did say that.
yeah.
Well, while we're all here and not that ruckus, we could play a little game here, right? Where's my game? Where's my game? Oh yeah, I'm excited about this. Let's play a game of rating brewery logos. We started on Badger Beer Report when Badger Beer Report took over the stream, I think, right? That's when it was. And then we started talking about logos. And then I realized that it's fun. And then I don't know. We started popping off about this one yesterday. So let's get to this one real quick. And this kind of sparked because we found this brewery, y'all. Joel found this brewery yesterday. He found it on Thanksgiving. And we were like, we're not going to be talking shop or anything, right? And then Joel ended up finding this brewery here called Quiet World Brewing. And so y'all know Badger Beer Report. We, do the whole brewery thing and we try to find breweries and promote them and all that wonderful, great stuff. So then Joel said that like, he's like, I don't know. I like the font, but like he thinks that the middle part was kind of like Photoshoppy or like too Canva-y, if that makes sense. So then I sent that over to the SpeakEasy conversations thing, and Doug and Jeff went at it on this one. So I was like, wait, this could be a segment because it gets spicy and people love brands. I just didn't think about this. We've been doing this for so long, but it's always fun to have like content where it's engaging with the audience and also engaging with the panelists. So like, if y'all were not, and JHG loves this, so we're going to be doing this constantly. If y'all want to send brewery logos that you think are good or are controversial, because again, we need spiciness here. Doug and I getting along is not, y'all like tune out on that shit. When Doug and I fight, things go on. So we're going to fight here, damn it.
People like
anyway,
conflict.
I don't know how we're going to do this, but I think, Doug, you are our co-host, so you will start. What is your initial thoughts on this logo? And I don't know, do we want to rate them, Doug? Do we want to go from like 1 to 5 or something, or what do we want to do?
Sure.
This Quiet World Brewing Company, they will be a brewery in 2027, and they haven't broke ground on a new brewery. They're in London, Wisconsin, which is about 45 minutes west of the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field.
Okay.
Doug,
So they are
what is
really
going on with Quiet World?
All right. So first off, the font bothers me, specifically the Q.
All right, not Brother Junction.
Yeah,
Okay.
specifically the weird Q line, the line for the Q, that just bugs me. I don't know why. Listen, it's a fairly simplistic logo, and that's not a problem. Like sometimes simple is good. The font is the thing that bugs me a bit, and it's really just the Q that bothers me the most. Like initially, I was like, I didn't like it, and then Jeff made the point that he liked it, and I was like, well. Then I step back and I'm like, yeah, it's really the Q that bothers me the most. I just really dislike that for some reason.
The Q, Doug.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because
the tail on that Q is long. I get what you're saying.
Well, the thing is, if you have one thing that pulls you away from the whole design because it bugs you, that's not a good design. In my opinion.
Jerry. What's going on, Jerry?
I put in the chat. It's giving quick Canva job that someone just kind of ran through real quick, and I'm trying to understand what Quiet World is. A Quiet World brewery. Like, I don't know if I'm getting it from the logo presentation. I mean, yeah, I guess the font on the words are somewhat peaceful, but the actual design itself, I don't know. There's just so that's kind of my thing on it. I'm kind of confused as to what they're really going to offer from the brand itself. And then you said they're not even going to be up until 2027, so I guess it could be anything.
Yeah, that could change.
Yeah.
They are homebrewers, I believe, making the pro jump, and JHG is not a pro at these graphics. So JHG,
I want to hear him. Yeah.
Oh, where do I start?
Here we go.
Where do I start? Okay.
be nice, JHG. No, actually, be whatever. Who cares?
I'll be as professional as I can be about this one. The first thing that really bothers me is it's not the typeface itself, but the way that it is curled around their main logo. You are twisting your head so far to read Quiet World Brewing. It's like, simplify that. You don't need to be wrapping it around your big circle logo in the middle. So, use that typeface. I don't mind the Q as long as the Q is integrated in a better way than it is. Here, it's just kind of lost in the mess of everything that's going on there. And I think the person that's viewing it needs to know more about the brewery to understand what the logo is saying, because it doesn't tell you much of anything about the brewery itself. Yeah, you've got a Sun logo, you've got hops logo, you've got casks logo or barrels, and they're all kind of mashed together here, but there's no necessarily a story there. So
are the striations on there supposed to be representing wood or water? Is my question.
And that's a great question, but you can't tell because of the way that it's designed. I wouldn't be able to discern what that is supposed to be, and it might be that they did that to fill it. It's just filler lines to make it feel less open. The other problem that I have with this thing is that when they reduce this thing down, you're going to lose a lot of those small details, especially in the barrels. All those little points, they're going to sort of disappear and go away. So there's a lot of issues with this logo.
So if you're printing on different types of substrates, basically, it's going to be a problem for sure. It sounds like
that too. Yep.
Just so y'all breweries know, JHG is for hire. So anyway, Dan, you're next, buddy.
So one quick clerical question: like when you're cropping this image, is there a reason why the margin at the padding at the bottom is super small and the top it's like literally 5 times the size in your logo here? I mean, do you do this because of the way your banner is set up in your website or something else like that? Because that was confused me, but I'm concerned also about like the So the kerning, I guess, on the typeface is fine for me, but I think like how light the weight is on the font, basically, I feel like it would bleed away if you're printing this on a fleece, for example, right? I feel like the words "Quiet World" would kind of bleed away entirely. And I'm 100% agree with all of JHG's comments, obviously here. But I mean, I like the idea that like if it is a quiet world, like it's in the middle, it's secluded, it's the middle of nowhere, so you're there, you can introspect on your beer, on life, on whatever you're doing. I like the concept behind the branding on that a bit. I just don't know if I'm seeing that or feeling that through the logo, like everyone's saying. But I mean, I do like I appreciate the sentiment, but I'm not sure if the final execution is kind of there. So it's like I feel like I'm like Randy, like on American Idol here. I did like nah dog, but yeah, so it's like, but yeah, I feel it's like a 2-ish for me or so out of 5. So.
Oh yeah, I didn't do any ranking. I was about 2 as well.
I think Quiet World is about to get a reprieve here. I could be wrong. Jeff Tepper, what is your opinion, buddy?
I just liked it. I mean, I didn't, I'm not a pro. I'm not thinking about how it's going to look on a fleece or anything, but like the concept of Quiet World, the font is quiet because it's like a very narrow font, and it's just a peaceful, like, image of the sun warming down on, the world. And so Quiet World, yeah, it made sense to me in a very simple way.
Matt,
simple is not bad. Simple can be done really well. So yeah, to your point.
I completely agree with basically everything that GHG said.
Okay.
Yeah, so like I think the biggest problem is if it's like a really busy Quiet World brewing company, like if you removed like all of like those like cross hatches and thickened some of the lines, I actually think it would be better, and it would make the actual like wording and font stand out. It would also probably do like Quiet World Brewing Company instead of having it makes you actually like look away from the centerpiece, like all of the artwork. It's moving your eyes completely away and around the other part. And it probably is just how the photo is cropped, but it also looks like they maybe just didn't adjust the borders on Canva to like accommodate, because it actually looks like it looks like it's like this picture itself is designed to have the full wraparound text, and it just doesn't have it up top. But yeah, like I think this could be like a really nice logo if you just remove some of the busyness of the centerpiece there.
Okay.
Like
Great. Where did you?
That'll help with all the points too.
Words next to the like Quiet World Brewing Company, right next to that piece of barley, that would stand out more just because you see that one piece of barley there and the words, and that seemed like it would work on small or big.
The font being the same thickness as all of the line work that's like just really busy in the center that we can't figure out if it's supposed to be water or wood, that doesn't help anything. Like if you removed those and thickened that outer line so only the barrels were thin and Quiet World Brewing Company was corrected and then the same like thickness, I think it would work a lot better.
Do you think if there was like more perspective with the sun, you kind of coming out from the sun, do you think that might make it more powerful as well?
Initially, just looking at it, I kind of feel like, see how like the lines are a little bit longer underneath the barrels? I think that's supposed to be a floor, and then I think that's actually supposed to be a wall, and then I think that's supposed to be like a window in a barn where like the light's coming through.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of like what I see, and I get like more of a like Quiet World if it's supposed to be a barn thing, but it's way too busy and it doesn't read like that. It's just me kind of like thinking about it a little bit.
Why? That's really good, because part of the whole
I never would have
thing
saw it
is-
that way. I thought that was outdoor all the way. I never would have
part
thought
of
that.
the thing-
Greg,
It's cool, though.
what were you about to
part
say,
of the
Greg?
Quiet World spoiled is a barn that they're re-renovating because apparently it was a prohibition bar. The barn was part of where they brewed beer for prohibition, so they're redoing the barn as an event center, and then they're slapping a tap room right next to it. So the
Interesting.
barn thing could be really, really interesting, man.
I have a completely unused commercial art degree
So,
fun fact about me that probably nobody knows here. Yeah,
Now we know.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
exactly. Now we can tap that.
That's cool. Doug and I
Unintended.
are going to do our second beers, and if anybody else has theirs, and then we'll move on because we have 3 more logos to get to. And one, I'm really shocked. I want to see y'all's opinion, but anyway, disclaimer number 1. I just want to make sure that people know that I know these people on this. I know everybody personally on this brand. We're not attacking the logo. We're just talking about it. And Canva also is not a slur, or we're not using that as a bad thing.
No.
Sometimes we all have to
Mm.
listen. This is Canva. There's just so much, and breweries have a lot of work to do. So sometimes, especially when they're in this pre-stage of like not being a brewery and coming out and all that, like Canva's kind of probably the standard as opposed to some paying a wonderful graphic artist like JHG, if that makes sense. So like that's kind of like,
since I mentioned Canva, let me just kind of make sure I understand. When I mentioned it,
Yep.
I just know that there are already formatted designs that you can use, and it felt like a logo that was really just sort of acclimating an already pre-made design and just kind of went with that instead of thinking about the particular pieces with that. So there wasn't so much a diss on Canva itself. I mean, Canva is a very great tool.
And you aren't the only one who said that about that design. Completely opposite. And also, though, I think it's going to be a theme actually on some level, because again, some of the times that I'll show y'all, there will be a brewery in progress as opposed to like one that's out there, if that makes sense. And one that's out there is going to be older and have more resources, and it's just a whole thing. So anyway, just a disclaimer. Now, a quick disclaimer on what I'm drinking. And since our boxes are so small tonight, Greg will go on the big box and show everybody this barrel age Great Lakes Christmas Ale. Everybody
Jelly.
knows this one, right?
That sounds amazing.
There you go.
It's boozy. It's big. It's good. It's not punch you in the face great. But it has all those like the winter notes. Look how clear that is, y'all. Clarity is kind of wild.
Love the color on that too. Yeah,
It's like a red ale.
Yeah. It's good. It's good. Doug,
Yeah.
what's going on with you?
Well, I think it's time.
For
Cherry cough drops.
All right. Yep.
Also, I from
So when you use AI to put elf ears on her, now we're all set. Yeah.
so this Mad Elf is from last year. I have one from last year, and I have one that I got that was this year's batch. So those would be my next 2. So we'll see how they compare.
yeah, a cough syrup aged for a year, right?
Yeah, we'll see how it is. Look at the color on that. It's almost like Greg's.
So yeah, someone's got to do Kevin McKeever when he's not here. You know what I mean? We gotta fill that void.
I think the term you're looking for is that Doug is having it straight from the Dimetap.
I mean,
Very good. Very good.
that aged really well. I'm surprised. A little sweeter. The cherry's not as forward as our year, but that like honey ale kind of flavor comes through more. So we'll see how. I'm sure the cherries will be more prominent on the one from this year, but this aged really well. I remember last year the cherry was not as dominant as it normally is, and then the year before that the cherry was like crazy heavy in it, and that was just
boozy?
like yeah. But it was interesting because you think the recipe's same. It's never the same. It's different every year. Every year it just doesn't. I don't know where they. Yeah, it's always boozy. It's like I think 12%. 11%.
Does it taste boozy though? You know what I mean?
No. I mean a little bit, but not like when you have like a bourbon barrel aged stout. Like you're going to taste the booze in that because it's barrel aging. But this is just it's like a heavy ale. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
maybe a strong ale like our friend Jerry had over there.
Yeah, Jerry's got another one for us, but so you would say it's balanced still, Doug?
Yeah, I think actually the year aging actually kind of tamping down the cherry stuff even more. So
Cough drops expire; they lose their efficacy, so it makes sense.
There we go. That's right.
hey, I prefer my Dayquil neat. Thank you very much.
Our buddy Jerry never loses his efficacy. Is that what it is?
Efficacy.
That's right.
Okay.
Efficacy.
All
Yeah.
right. So we're gonna go to him for his next beer.
So, okay, interesting. We talk about logos and everything, right? I love these guys from Oak Cliff Brewing, but the way that they've wrapped the word around the can, I've never loved. This is actually Sombra, Apple Brandy Barrel Sombra, which is their stout.
Cool.
Okay.
I mean,
Love it.
it's fun, but like when you're trying to take a picture of it, you like need like 3 cans together to
Yeah.
get the full logo, you know. And they have
Nice.
their own logo on the back where you see it all. But yeah, I mean, on the front, it's just like, okay.
Does that say 16%?
That does say 16%. Yes, it is.
Jerry,
Okay.
man,
All right,
bringing the weight.
we're in Mac territory now. I love this, man.
All right.
You know, it's just one of those fun things. So yeah, we'll get into that, and I have a feeling let me do one thing, waste not, want not.
I mean, it's smart that they're in 12-ounce cans as opposed to 16s for that ABV,
Yeah, that was,
right?
ooh, yeah. That's like braggart territory almost.
Mm-hmm.
Look how damn.
Ooh, wow.
Look at that, baby.
The color in the foam is amazing too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that note.
Are you okay, Jerry?
Jerry needs a moment.
I just may. No, it's solid. It's really good. The foam, the head dissipated pretty quickly, but I wasn't kind of expecting that. But it's I taste this. It's the barrel, a little bit of vanilla, chocolate, and just this is I'm going to be sitting with this one for a minute. The roommate, and even though it's like cooler in Dallas, this is actually one of those times. You know, like I said, in Texas, there's really only 2 seasons, hot and hotter. So we're actually in one of the hot seasons that actually kind of feels a little cooler. But I'm sure after getting this, I may have to open the window in terms of getting some air in here. I put my fan. I can tell that's going to be like a warmer because the alcohol is like.
Love it.
So I think Jeff has his next one, and then Dan, and then JHG.
It's true.
Yeah, so keeping in the oatmeal stout family, this is a Austin brewery. There's a brewery in Dallas called Vector that came out with this awesome oatmeal stout, and Jerry gave me the heads up that they were at the end of it, and then he also gave me the heads up that he would give me one of his cans, but I didn't get my act together quick enough to get that from him. So, but
Still have it.
Independence Brewing is from Austin. They are like an OG Austin brewery, probably at least 20, if not 30 years. And this is one of their core beers. This isn't a special. This isn't a one-off. This is a core beer they make. It's an oatmeal stout. It's 8%, so it's a little heftier than the one I just had.
Yeah, usually oatmeal stouts aren't that big.
Yeah, you can see it's got and I poured this very gently, and you can still see there's like a nice
Nice.
head on there. And
Still a good head. Yeah.
I love that it's a core beer too. That's great.
Yeah, so the older breweries, they're more like English oriented because that's that's what we had when we first home brewing first started. They were trying to mimic English ales and also some of the Czech lagers too. But yeah, this is it's a little like I said, it's 8%, so it's a little more robust, but still that smoothness you get from an oatmeal stout that's different than an American stout. So yeah, it's one of my go-tos. It's one that's easy to find in Texas because it's a known brewery and most places have it. So yeah, I just wanted to put it on as my like I said, my tribute to the oatmeal stout, because that's what I'm going for tonight on Stout Show. So
Love it.
Excellent. So that means Dan, right?
Yeah. So I'm drinking my third right now, but I want to talk about this one because this is from JHG's territory here. This is the Stout Coffee from Southwood Cellars. This is an Imperial. I did the coffee stout earlier because I don't want to have coffee too late in the night because then I won't go to sleep probably. But this is Imperial Stout with coffee, and coffee added. Is what they call it. but specifically, they're using Vigilante coffee from Hyattsville, Maryland. And then it's 80% Brazil Capim Seco blend, adding rich nutty chocolate flavors, and then Ethiopia Natty Chef, which is hints of berry, brown sugar notes. So it's really neat that they added the coffee the same day it was roasted, which is neat. And they added golden wheat, honey malt, and debittered black malt, which sounds amazing. So I mean, Mike and Scott over there at Sapwood Cellars. I mean, in my mind, I've never had a bad beer from them. So I mean, I definitely appreciate this. I mean, coffee stout like next to is like kind of like I love oatmeal stout. I'm right there with Jeff on that one. It's probably one of my favorite sub stout varieties, but coffee stout is probably a close second to that in that regard. But again, everyone has adjuncted stuff and whatnot, and I will get into that later tonight for sure. So,
but while we're here, I don't know if anybody knows this, and I just found out today, and it's something I felt that I should have known, but no, that's not it.
Oh,
that's it. New Glarus holds the distinction of being the potentially first commercial brewed coffee beer in the United States in 1994.
Wow.
Did y'all know?
Interesting.
Now we know.
Knowing is half the battle.
I did not know that. Did you know that?
No, and I kind of passed their yeah, and we were talking about this in our speakeasy thread, and I kind of passed it up like nothing, and now I need to make sure. JHG, you're ready for your or Dan, did we get your tasting notes?
You got my second one. I'll talk about my third one in a little bit. So
okay, cool. JHG.
All right, I'm following up with my little Mad Elf here. This is this year's Mad Elf. This is not last year's. So
great.
There's the color on it.
Looks darker.
It looks red. Oh, there's is there a photo bomb going on in JHG's house?
Yeah, in the back corner
Maybe.
of the door.
Yeah, I see a corner of the door there. Yeah.
That's intriguing.
Row beer tussin.
Whoa.
It's more.
Okay. That's got the cherry. Whew.
How good was that? If you had to give it like 1 to 5 cherry bags of coffee drops, what would your cough drops? What would you?
5.
5 bags of cough drops. All right.
I bet because it has
Ludens.
5 different cherries in it: Bing, Lambert, Van, Royal Anne, and Montmorency.
Oh, Montmorency, my favorite.
Purpose.
Can't. The light is all right. The light's killing it, but 11%. Definitely get the honey part, but the cherries, man.
It's cool they named the bags.
They do that with other kind of bags you buy too, Matt.
Yep.
Specifically from dispensaries.
Yeah. I don't know anything about that, but yeah.
So they should do the same thing that Sierra Nevada does. So Sierra Nevada is doing the Selly drippings. They should do the cherry drippings from Mad Elf. The super high concentrated
Greg's face says
cherry corn
right
syrup.
I've been looking for Selly drippings down here now.
I do need a Luden. You're right, Imani. Oh my God.
Matt, did we have another second, or can we move on to?
Yeah, I do not have a second. I actually probably have to go in about like 5 minutes here.
Oh, man.
But I just wanted to say, like I'm very thankful for all of you guys. Happy holidays if I don't talk to you guys, from now until then. So
Matt, who else are you thankful for?
the Bears, Caleb Williams, Ben Johnson.
Ben Johnson, who got shirtless. He got shirtless in
He
the
did.
locker
He
room
did.
afterwards
So-
because
so
he was
that's
like,
like-
"Yeah."
So that's like a whole thing, right? So in Chicago, there's a place called the Wiener Circle, and against Dallas, they were like free hot dogs for the entire city if Caleb throws 4 touchdowns. He did it. Whole city got free hot dogs. They handed out like 4,000 or 5,000 hot dogs like
Wow.
throughout the day. And they've been saying since that day, if we get a shirtless Ben Johnson, we'll see it. And one of the reporters asked him about it as soon as they said it. And he was just like, oh, what? And he's like, I am a man of the people, but we got to win some more games. We kind of got to just lock in and get like kind of like a winning season going. They locked in the winning season. He took the shirt off, and Wiener Circle announced free hot dogs for everybody.
Man, I'm coming to Chicago.
The hot dogs are pretty good there. It's not like they're bad.
Yeah.
I've had it.
This
Yep.
is great.
The few times I've been in Chicago, I've gotten hot dogs there, and they've been pretty good.
Yeah, and
Nice.
you'll get insulted
Nice.
on the way out. It's like perfect.
Yeah.
Especially if you have like an assault kink or whatever. You want people to talk dirty to you or shit. It's perfect.
I mean,
Shut
just
up.
shirtless football players, Wiener Circle. This
Dog,
is like a whole
shut up and don't
thing.
judge me. Dog.
Yeah.
A whole other thing.
Is sport pepper a euphemism? I don't know. I mean,
So, next week the Bears have the team that I affectionately call the Whackers.
Yeah, the
Do you
whack
have
pack.
any- Yeah. Do you have any predictions before you get out of here, Matt?
Predictions? No. Literally all I want for my team is like health, honestly. Like I just want everyone to continue being healthy.
Yeah.
We're starting to get our defense back. Like I think like a lot of people have been saying like, oh, 9-3, they haven't played anybody, but like we like handled the Eagles at no point were we losing the game. But I do want to say this. We have averaged 4 missing starting defenders every single game, and we are finally starting to get back. In the last couple stretches, it's been like 6 to 7 starting players. So we're starting to get back to healthy, and I think it showed today with Jalen Johnson on the field.
As opposed to
Bare
All right, Matt.
necessities.
All right, Matt.
right,
I'll give you the final word, and everybody can say bye, and you can get out of here.
Thank
It's
you,
nice
Matt.
hanging out. It's always
Much-
nice hanging out with you, bro.
much health and beer to you as well, Matt.
Yes.
And
Next year I'm going to have to make my pilgrimage up to Trogs, and I'll see what I can get my hands on. Because what was it? I think it was 2 Black Fridays ago or 3. I had the Naked Elf and the Grand Cru that was like the
Yeah.
barrel aged, and they were both so much better than the mass distributed Mad Elf at this point. So
Did you get the Bourbonnator when you were there?
I've gotten
I got
the
a 4-pack of that when I went. That was. I think I still have one of those in my cellar fridge. I'm afraid to open because
I have a
I don't want
I have a
to
triple
waste.
I have a triple nader in my fridge at my
Yeah,
house.
it's a triple nader,
Oh.
but the brewery calls it a bourbon nader because of all the bourbon.
Mm.
So
Mm.
triple nader,
So-
baby.
thanks a lot,
Triple
Matt.
Yeah.
Thanks, Matt. You're always welcome here. You already know.
Thanks for having
Also,
me.
one last thank you. I want to thank you for saving me and bringing me over to the dark side of the Bears. So you're saving me a little bit from the Sador whack pack that I have to deal with. So
Look, all I did was talk to you about how awesome the team was doing, like
I know.
just
I'm just saying, it was
culture
helpful.
wise. Not even. I'm not like. I'm a Bears fan, so I have to basically turn a blind eye to whatever the record is. But like the culture and like the team coming together has been completely different this year. And the last time I saw that was like 2018, but there was like veils of like, oh, is Trubisky the guy and stuff like that. Caleb's the
The
dude.
narrator
Ben
says.
Johnson's proved he's the dude. Like, let's roll. Like, this is going to be a fun, at least next 4 or 5 years for Chicago.
Thanks for helping me embrace it. You already know. But
Yeah.
you already know QB1 is the real reason why I'm there. But it's all good.
Yes, sir.
Talk to you soon, buddy.
All right. Later,
All right,
guys.
cheers.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Later.
Later.
All right. So Jerry is back. And if y'all don't mind, let's get to the next
Label number two.
logo.
Logo.
Which is
Yeah, let's do it.
brought here by Jeff, actually. And that's not it. Jesus Christ. StreamYard? The fuck you doing to me? StreamYard? Thank you, StreamYard. This is a Texas brewery, I believe, and Jeff could give us.
No, it's
This is
not.
Massachusetts, right?
Okay,
Yeah,
hold on.
so I talked
hold on,
about this brewery
hold on.
when I was on Modern Brews and Beats. I talked about this brewery. We had
That's
it
where I heard it. Yeah, that's where I heard it.
and I
The-
like a dumbass. I have the glass, but it's not one of Smitty's glasses where the nice gold print shows through. You need like a light color here, and this is
Yeah.
Stout nice. So that was not a good segue, but yeah. So
Okay.
that's a brewery that's kind of started by someone that I knew when he was just like a high school kid. He was kind of hanging around our hip hop scene in Boston, and then he suddenly became a home brewer and suddenly went pro. And he's doing the farmers market thing in Massachusetts. They just started letting breweries sell at farmers markets, and he doesn't have a storefront, so he doesn't have a tap room. So usually he was doing mail order, but now he has a place to sell. So when he first started, obviously I can't order beer from him because he can't ship it across state lines. It has to stay in Massachusetts. So I'd order a glass from him, and I liked his logo, so I just thought I'd throw it into Greg's mix of logos to chop up.
Doug?
This is better than the Quiet World one for me. I do think the line work is a little thick in the middle, but like I get what they're trying, like time and materials. I mean, if you work in manufacturing, that's actually a pretty big thing. So, and if you're brewing beer, that also matters too, right? Time and materials, because that's what it's the time and how much materials cost. So you can get it, the idea of it, and the idea that they have the kind of the opposing hops, and hops are predominant theme in brewing logos, as they should be. So yeah, I'm going to give this a solid 3.5 out of 5, maybe 3 to 3 and 3.5, somewhere in that range. 3.25. How about that? That's
I guess we'll just go down the list here, Dan.
Yeah, I'm with Doug. I mean, I like there's a lot more. I think I like that the font is got a higher weight to it, basically, so it kind of will stand out. I think it's interesting to see how like there's like in my mind, basically, I'm guessing like the thickness of the lines going down the back part of the logo. It reads to me as okay, we're doing everything from lighter beers to darker beers is what I'm reading it as. So I think that's kind of neat, basically. But and again, hops are part and parcel. I'm kind of in that vicinity right there with Doug. I'm feeling really. I mean, I love that they're from that this guy is kind of hustling at the farmers market. So I'm giving him a small business Saturday kind of mental vibe, and I'll give him a 3.5 out of that.
JHG.
This is like has been said before. It's better than the Quiet World logo. The one thing I like about this is there's contrast. There's contrast in weight. There's contrast in size. The one thing I'd like to see as a designer and my designer brain kicking in is to see a contrast where you've got the thick hops at the top and make it a lighter hops at the bottom to contrast with the thick lines at the bottom, because that bottom hops starts to get enveloped and feels smaller than the one at the top. They're both the same. My designer, I can see that they're both the same weight and size, but those thicker lines at the bottom are starting to eat it up. And if you can open up that bottom hops, make it breathe some more, you'd create some interesting contrast between the top and the bottom. Other than that, like the Time and Materials Beer Company, the way that the typeface is used, the way that type is used around the circle is the better way to go than what Quiet World did. If Quiet World did what this does, it'd be a stronger logo just from doing that alone. Yeah, this is a good solid one. It's a pretty typical typeface. I could have played with other typefaces just to make it a little bit different, but it's a good solid logo.
Jerry?
Immediately I like the logo because it's a unique way to show a hourglass, right? With the hop being on top.
Oh.
It's a unique way to show that whole time thing with the hops facing each other. So that's what it made me think of, like an hourglass, and of course the materials with being the hops. And yes, it would be kind of interesting if the hops themselves got darker, but it's kind of cool because you still see that there are hops there, but obviously with the lines getting thicker below, the hop goes into the liquid and it kind of makes does some things there. So I kind of like what it's doing. That's what first thing I thought when I saw it. I was like an hourglass, but using hops, which fit the time thing and the materials. I do like the fact that it's wrapped around the deal. So we see Time and Materials Beer Company. It's really something I really love about the words kind of being near each other, on top of each other like that. So you make it really clear what this is. So that's kind of my thought on it.
After Jerry's explanation, that shit's a 4.5 actually. That shit's really dope actually. It's really, really dope, especially like, again, the way Jerry described that hourglass, which I didn't see until he said it.
Yeah, me either.
And then that way that shed, I didn't see that shit. And all this needs, how this becomes a 4.5 is the right color. And that's it. Like, to me, or how this becomes a 5 out of a 4.5. Like, and there's no perfection, so it'll probably be like a 4.75 or some shit, But like, after Jerry said that, like I was at like a 3.5 or 3 until Jerry said that, and I was like, oh, fuck. Like,
yeah, the hourglass is a good observation. I didn't see that until you said it, and I bet if they said it's like hourglass.
Yeah, JC, that literally brings everything together. It's over.
It does. Absolutely. The right words say everything about a logo. You tell them the right words and people go,
And I'll throw one more thing in there. It's not about the logo, but the word materials. He's very intentional about the materials, like the hops and the malt he comes from. He uses only local folks when he can. He tries to source from all of the places that he doesn't just use anyone. So he's very conscious about that too. So the word materials is very intentional, and the name is brewery, even though it's not part of the logo necessarily, but in the name of the brewery, yeah.
And he's giving the beer the appropriate time it takes to attenuate, etc. as well, I'm assuming. So
yeah. All right, Dan. So Dan, you need a break. We'll give you one.
Yeah, I'll be right back. I got retrieve some more beer, so I'll be back.
Sounds good. And does anybody have another beer yet?
I'm still working through my Mad Elf. That's not a slug it down beer. So
neither's the one I got. Neither's the one I got. All right. We could actually start the next one. And Dan can join us. Let's go with this. Doug, you see this one?
I could see it in the background, so you bring it up. This is interesting to me because it doesn't tell you a story per se, but like it's intriguing in the way that they put the lettering and the font, and how even the circle is not like a perfect circle.
Perfect circle, yeah.
I actually really dig the simplicity of that. Again, it's not telling a story, so if you're someone who wants to get a story out of that, you're not going to get that. But it's definitely unique. And it's something like if you saw it, you'd be like, what the hell is that? I want to kind of see what that is. So if your intention is to draw people to your logo, I think this accomplishes that goal. And that's a good 4.5 for me, just because of how different it is. Like it's unique, and I think that's what I really dig about it.
Yeah, my bad. I didn't actually. I should have. So I think this is our first night with this. I think when we introduce these, we should give it a little bit of a background about the brewery that we know, as much as we know, because it absolutely adds context to the brand and all that. So Sway is a brewer that y'all probably heard me rant and rave about because I was on on my road trip. They're in Door County, which is like the tourist area of Wisconsin. Out on the like that jet out in the Michigan, Lake Michigan. They brew. Actually, he does a lot of. It's called Sway Brewing and Blending. So they do a lot of blending. He does a lot of folder, aged oak aged beers. Sway is one of my favorite brewers. Period. Actually, at this point, they're really up there. They're great, but they do like high end beers, and they're kind of a niche. I wouldn't say niche brewery, but like given where their location is, like they're dormant for a couple of months because Door County just gets winter, and no one goes up there besides the people who live there, and no one lives there. One of those places. So that's Sway. And y'all probably saw pictures because I scream and holler about them all the time. They're just great. So, Jeff, are you digging the simplicity in this? Because that's clearly
you saw me laughing, and that's for two reasons that have nothing to do with. I love this. Like, it's very off, and everything about it just like Sway. It's like but I'm laughing. One is there's a classic hip hop radio guy named Sway, and so there's this famous comment from Kanye saying, "You don't have the answer, Sway," whatever. But anyway, the other thing is there's a Sway coffee roasters, and that logo, if you know it, it's so straightforward block lettering, and this is totally different. So that's why I was laughing at the juxtaposition of that coffee logo versus this logo. But going by just the fact that this is a brewery, I love the logo because it's just so simple. And like I said, it's like Sway means off kilter, and everything about this logo. The circle isn't even a perfect circle; it's off kilter, and the S is upside down; it's off kilter, and the Y is looping around. Everything about it is off kilter, so it speaks the word perfectly. So
the beer's off kilter. The beer's off kilter.
The beer's off kilter too. Then that makes it even better. Do they do a lot of like funky stuff and not as much like classic styles? Is that what you mean by off kilter?
Pretty much, you nailed it. Yes, sir.
See,
yes,
so
sir.
it tells the whole story right there. So yeah, that's I mean, if we're giving it a number, it's a 4.5, whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
So here's a little more context. Is my glass? And you see it.
Sips way.
But they're not giving you the
Okay.
on the glass. They're not giving you that same Y that curves around.
No, they're not. They're changing it up, Jerry. And while you're here, Jerry, what's your take on Sway?
It looks like it could be a company that does. It doesn't immediately say like I said a brewery or a bar or an eatery. It could be many different things, which that's not a bad thing. They could give different things. Not a bad thing, at least immediately. I mean, it could be kind of like I'm thinking in the way that beer has gone now. It could just be a beverage company. So it could go from beer to ready to drink cocktails to whatever.
THC.
Yeah, it could do kind of whatever it wanted to do. Again, in itself, that's not a bad thing unless they're just strictly trying to be known for beer.
It could also be a trapeze park.
Real quick, Sway is a bakery in the morning.
Ooh,
it's a bakery in the morning. You say?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Like they open at like 6 a.m. and they have bakery stuff and coffee.
Good coffee.
It's good that they multitask. We have a brewery here that just about a year ago started to tap into coffee too, called Vector. And it's cool that you can make it an all-day shop and do more than one thing. And I mean, my understanding for ours is that they needed to bring some extra revenue in somehow because the brewery itself wasn't doing it. And so adding
Yeah,
the
yeah.
coffee was a revenue thing. But yeah, that's cool also that you can make it like we talk about third spaces. That's a third space, from morning until, whenever they close, 10, 11 at night. So that's cool.
And absolutely. But back to the point though, is that Jerry was making the point that it could be anything. And I'm telling Jerry that it is anything because it's a bakery. So like that Sway logo applies to the bakery too, Jerry. So back to what you were saying, buddy.
Yeah, it definitely is. It literally could be a company that does a variety of things. When I looked at your glass, though, it just didn't have that same Y, and in a way, I kind of wanted that, but I'm not upset that it wasn't there. But the Y thing is kind of neat here, but the little Y wraparound, it's a little bit more straight on here as opposed to the deal.
Yeah.
But you could also, I guess, you can sip Sway, you can eat Sway, you can, do a lot of things with that.
But even still, though, Jerry, with the glass,
Sway at a
there's
concert.
still that simplicity, though. There's still that, you know what I mean? There's still that not, you know what I mean? There's still at least applying that. Like if you're gonna if this is gonna be your logo, y'all, then I want that kind of across the board. But I'm with you, Jerry. Though it kind of went off with the glass. So, do you have any more points, Jerry? We'll move on to JSG.
No. JSG has thoughts.
The first thing that comes to mind is my art school days, and it makes me think of my artistic letter form class that I took. And this feels like an artisan made this logo. It's just hand drawn. It is not done on a computer. It's not done in a electronic environment. It was probably done on paper. They maybe refined it on a computer, and they have, because nowadays you had to do that, but it speaks artisan to me. And when you talk about how Sway is more than just a brewery, it's a bakery, and it's this and that, and that they do off-kilter beers and things like that, it's very artisan in that way. And this logo speaks to artistry and the art of making things, making their bread, making their brews, making food. So it's very well within the bounds of what they are and what they do. And it's like the previous one, it's using black. It's you're able to do a black and white version of this. Logos have to be able to live in a black and white form, whether people think it or not. That eventually has to live in a one color format, and this is doing that, just like the previous one. And the one before that, granted, it was a different color, but it was one color. So if you're able to accomplish a logo in one color, you're batting more than 500. I would put this at like a 4 to 4.5, similar to the previous logo.
Damn, what's going on with Swag? Dan, what's going on with Swag?
Yeah, so I love everything that everyone has said before me. I think I do love all the artistry, like JSG was mentioning here for me. When I think like sway for me is like as a term is like super positive. Like you sway at a concert, you're listening to again, my buddy out there is to hate me for saying this, but you're listening to you're at a Dave Matthews concert, like live, basically. They're doing one of their songs, basically, and they and like you see people swaying. Yeah, exactly. And they're like, honey, come and dance with me. Yeah. But yeah, they're doing that thing basically. So like sway just has a positive kind of feeling, emotion behind it, So that's what I love about that, because I get that that like it's more like a chill kind of vibe in that regard, and I do get everything else everyone's saying there. So I love how it's like whimsical and like fun and inviting, I think. And I think the fact that they have the they have those other avenues, the coffee, the bakery, etc. I love that for that basically. So yeah, I'm right there. Everybody else, I'm giving this kind of that 4.25 kind of out there for me for sure. Basically, I love how I wish the why, like everyone has said before, I wish the why for me is like it's kind of really like the so evocative of that artistic mindset there regard. So yeah, I'm loving that. So and again, I can't wait to try their stuff at some point for sure. So.
Yeah, Dan, I gotta get you some. Amani had something to say now.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Greg.
Yeah.
You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of the place we would stay in Pittsburgh, where we would go to Barrel and Flow, and I would go to the coffee spots near there. They would have logos exactly like that, like just exactly like that. Just this sort of artisan, funky feel, and lots of exposed wood and bricks, and just this sort of, I'm going to make it feel like it's old, even though it's not. Like that's not a dig on this. The logo is cool. I like the logo. I'm saying, but I get exactly what Amani is saying. There is I could see that being on some sort of place that we went to, in that.
Does anyone see like? Does anyone see like a maze thing going on? Like you're supposed to kind of go around the inside, the outside, to kind of to get out of the maze, kind of thing, in the logo there.
Does look a little bit like that, yeah. There are definitely paths in there.
Yeah, that's and feeling that thing that adds the whimsy to it for me. I think, yeah.
What I saw was that the W and the A are more normal. So like I know Wisconsin's like state abbreviation is WI, but if it was like a Washington brewery, that would make a lot of sense to me. But no, but what Amani's comment said was true. This is not a brewery that's been around 20 years, right? This is a brewery that was like, created in the last few years and was decided to be in a funky neighborhood and, definitely a gentrified neighborhood. But yeah.
What I like about that logo though is that
that's the inside
interconnection.
That's
there's
the
that S is connecting with the W, and the A and the Y is connecting with the A, and so it's very organic in that way. It's all flowing together. There's something nice about that for me.
And that place looks like any gentrified coffee store you would see in an urban area. I hate to say that, but that's
So is the barista?
But it's more than a
nose ring.
But it's more than a brewery; it's a bakery as well. So
that's true. That's true. It's a multifunction environment, and like Jeff was saying about third space. That's great. Like if it's a third space, it allows people to actually have a place to go and gather somewhere. That's fan-fucking-tastic. But if we're talking about logos, that's just what like Amani's point was a valid one.
Sorry, Dan, I cut you off.
I love the
No. I was making a joke. I said, does the barista have a nose ring or not? Is my question.
They all do. Oh! Can I make a point to that? I saw someone who said, and I'm trying to remember what they said. If I have someone at a particular spot, and I can't remember where it said, I don't want them having a nose ring, but every barista that makes my coffee better have a nose ring.
Oh, I saw the same post. Oh my gosh, yes. I can't remember where I saw that, but
I can't remember where it was. I can't remember what the other one was, Daniel. But like, I was like,
I remember seeing that post.
I'm curious. So the letters, Greg, since you know them, are there anybody? Are the letters representative of any of the owners' names?
Yeah, I like that point that you made, Jerry.
Like Stax, like Stax Records.
So
Stewart, Jim Stewart, and their last name Axton. I just wasn't sure if Sway took their names into it.
The owners' initials are MS.
So no.
Okay. All right.
Upside down M.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see that.
At least their initials weren't S and M. That's a whole different kind of brewery.
Yeah. No, we're coming out. We're launching a new brewery called Smack Brewery.
Smacks.
Give me a smack and I'll smack you back.
I'm gonna attempt to save this broadcast and say, does anybody have
Apologies.
Let's go to
you can try.
Yes. Second Matt from Doug. Yeah, I want to hear about this.
Yeah.
I want to see.
Hear your take.
Yeah, because you were like saying this was super cherry on the
Like 3 E's and shit.
Bag of cherries.
cherries on the nose for sure, but not like I was expecting more. The way you
It's
described
gonna
it,
get
I
more
was
than your
really.
nose.
I was
Gonna get more than
expecting-
your nose. I'll tell you that.
All right, there's the pour.
Yep.
Redder
Yep.
than the one that I had before. So
Yep.
see that.
About the same there. All right, I'm gonna do this again because
Nice. Love this.
Cherry is definitely more forward in this version than the one I aged a year. This one I could see if Matt Clark had this, he would go, that is a fucking cherry cough drop.
What would Kevin McKeever say?
Kevin wouldn't even, he'd have a sip and fucking throw it out. Like,
Yeah, throw it against the wall, probably.
Yeah.
he'd be like, fuck
yeah.
this.
Nope.
So,
To quote Savage Garden, like a chicken cherry cola.
yeah. So this is more cherry forward than they've had in several years. Like,
Is it
Like,
bad?
it's not the best one I've ever had for sure. So, but what I'm going to do is I still have one from last year, one from this year, and next year we're going to do a ladder of 3 years of Mad Elf, and we're going to see how that works.
Ooh, I like that. So I had this year's on tap at my local craft and carry here, and I'm with both Matt and what Doug were saying. I definitely was getting a lot more cherry this year, for sure.
Is that though because it's just a newer beer and we know that adjunct notes can fade over time, or is that because they did more cherry in the brew this year?
I want to see the difference.
That's my question. Yeah.
So they use the exact same cherries in it between 2 years. So this is not a difference of cherries. But I wonder if it's like with wine where the grapes make a difference, like how they,
like
they're going to be different flavors because of
how robust,
how much
when they're picked,
moisture they got, when they're picked. Like there's a lot of different factors in it. So this is way more. Like I remember having that 24 last year and it not being just as heavy on this cherry as this is now. So this is
So
not something
when it was fresh, you mean? Okay.
When it was fresh, it was not that cherry forward last year.
No, I remember that too. Yeah.
So this is and like I said, that beer is different every freaking year, and some years are bangers, and some years are just not. And this is this is a very middling version of it for me.
Like if they were taking like a bricks count on like each batch of Montmorency and all the different ones they've got basically, and they took an average of that over time, how would that factor on over year over year? That'd be super fascinating data to see for sure.
Yeah. I'm surprised you don't have that off the top of your head. You're like the data guy, and I was like, every time we're like, "Hey, I have a question," like Daniel will answer in the chat. We'll know.
But whenever I don't know it, JSG is like right there backing me up behind me. So that's why I'm happy that we all.
I think it's interesting
up here.
And it's also that you had it on tap, which is different than having it bottled, obviously.
Yeah.
So
so carbonation wise, I would love to get Matt's input on this too, obviously. But what carbonation wise, like how is that comparatively to what you remember from last year when you were having it fresh? Okay.
So that you see the carbonation that evaporates fairly quickly, but it always does. It's not something like it's not something like how Jeff was pouring that oatmeal stout and it had that really nice head on it. And I don't know, Jeff. I'm assuming that stayed for a little bit, had a little staying power.
Oh yeah. I mean, the Sam Smith I poured like 10 minutes before we started because I knew it was going to. This one, I poured it real slow and it still had a nice head to it. But
you're not.
That's a feature of an oatmeal stout, though. I mean that.
But even so, like the idea of like with this, because it's almost like I almost envision this the way that it's basically like a Belgian golden ale that they add honey and cherries and shit to it, and so I think that's like you're not going to get a lot of head on that regardless. But I imagine a carbonation would add at least a little different flavor to it, like not like a giant difference, but a little bit. You get a little different variant.
I mean, from what I can see from on the cameras here, I feel like the carbonation, the foam on mine basically again it also dissipated fairly quickly, like you said. It was the bubbles were slightly larger than the ones you had, I think. So I mean, I don't know if that's
small.
So yeah, so like the bubbles on the draft pour again. I don't know what the CO2 mix they have on their bar over there, craft and carry is, but yeah, that could factor into that. But I'm sure, like I mean, I'm not a chemist here, but I'm sure the pectin level of the cherries probably has some sort of a factor in the head retention there. I'm assuming, yeah.
Yeah,
it must, because Belgian beers are usually known for having high carbonation and big head, and you can almost mess up when you pour it every time. So yeah, that's weird, but.
Yeah, and even like golden ales, which is what I kind of equate the ale version, like the ale portion of it, to be. Something must be going on with like the honey and the cherries, and that kind of mitigates that some, because like I think the base, if you drink Naked Elf, it's pretty similar to a golden ale, which not quite exactly, but I think that's kind of the vein that it's in. So like when Matt was saying you drink the Naked Elf, it is just this without cherries and honey, and it's just a regular ale, and it's like a regular, like almost a light golden ale. So like I get what he was saying.
Probably fantastic.
It is. It's fucking great. It is.
Right.
And if you and that thing that thing that Matt and I were talking about with the triple nader, which is the Troganator, which is usually a double thing, but this is a triple one and aged in bourbon barrels. That thing is fucking fantastic. And I bought a 4-pack of that, and it was super expensive. I didn't give a shit. That shit was so delicious. I think I have 1 or 2 in my cellaring fridge. And like I said, I don't want to drink it because then I'll be out of it. Like one of those kind of things. Like I should drink it, but I'm
again. If Matt wants to make a run to Trogs, I will gladly pay like for shipping and everything he needs to get us other stuff. So
yeah, the triple nader. If you talk to Matt and gets guys, I'm telling you, all of you would really enjoy it. Now it's like 13%. It's a high gravity beer. But it's absolutely delicious. Absolutely delicious. And even as it warms up, the flavors just expand and it gets better. It's
if you go to Trogs, I just want some double nugget. That's all.
Dude, I can tell you that.
I mean, hey, it's not something.
I'm 4 hours away from Trogs. I can tell you that.
Yeah, I'm 3 hours from Trogs. So
well, there you go, Jerry. Hold him to that shit.
2.5 and change, probably. Yeah.
Any Mad Elf? Any more Mad Elf comments before we move along?
I think. By the way, I think I still have the Mad Dilf banner on my Facebook page.
I have it. I swear to you, we have one of those stupid picture frames that you can like upload photos and it'll flash through them. And one of them I put up was the Mad Dilf thing. You mean? So that is.
I think I still have it up. I think I still have it up.
Family photo frame is a Mad Dilf. Me with my stupid friend.
All right, so I'm gonna try to save Mad Elf here, but some of the beer purists might come after me for this. But let me cook here. Daniel, how about Mad Elf in the milk tubes?
Ooh, see, like again, the people who like the cherry, like vanilla Coke kind of thing, they would 100% go for that stuff for real. So,
all right, I think I opened up a big can of worms here.
Big can of cherries.
Because Jerry looked very intrigued. Jerry, did you have a question for me?
No question. I was listening. You said Mad Elf, and I was trying to hear exactly what the beer you were or what you were mixing with Mad Elf. You said Mad Elf, and
he used Mad Elf as a milk pour.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Wow.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how that will work because you're not going to get the head out of it that a milk pour requires.
Yeah.
I guess you would have to have a custom, like So
listen,
that's a good one.
Doug, no matter what beer we put through that faucet, it's going to milk tube. So that's
the Luker gives you the ability to do that, from my understanding, right?
It just looks like
I feel like some beers are going to respond better to that though than others. So.
Yeah,
sure.
Like
the Luker is,
of course. But I was saying though, I didn't. Let me give before y'all kill me. Let me give my reason why. The reason why is, and I'm not talking to you, Doug. I was talking about the certified cicerone who knows his shit.
Yes, he does.
You don't respectfully.
Respectfully.
And I didn't even say anymore. I stopped myself. No, so Dan is familiar with the milk tubes. I'm not sure who else is, or the milk reports and all that. But if you are, then you know that like that foam kind of imparts like this undescribed sweetness that isn't there in that normal beer. So my thing is, if you run the goofy Mad Elf, and again, I'm trying to save Mad Elf here because it's just a lost cause, I think, and like I'm just trying to do what I can to make it palatable for people.
And that's not Kevin talking. I swear.
If you pour it through the Lugo tube and get those tubes, though, it has to be specifically this. And the reason I say that is because this is a short kick. The Milko pours are like bigger, like, and I don't want to be trying to slug down all that cough syrup. Okay, I need a quick hit of the cough syrup, and I need it like sweet, and I think it'll just be great. Like that in a Milko pour. No, I'm not even trying to say that. In the milk tube, though, y'all, maybe. So maybe the people in Trogs will do it, and it'll become this fad sensation, Doug. And I can get a cut off of that and retire to Door County, and I can go to Sway and the fucking gentrified Sway for breakfast and lunch.
Gentrified Sway.
Knew there was a bottom line to this.
Yeah, I mean, but by the same token, can you do the Bourbon County Cherries Jubilee variant this year with the milk pour? So that's my question. Because Cherries Jubilee and Cherries side by side and milk pours, that'd be fun.
I'm wondering because Mad Elf is sweet on its own. If you added that milk tube idea and it made it more sweet, I'm not sure.
You just go.
Yeah, I see. I'm with Doug on that.
For the sweetness, dude.
Okay.
Listen, you're already there. It's already too fucking sweet.
No, but you can.
It's literally already too fucking sweet. So that's not the Milko tube's fault. Okay, that's the fucking Mad Elf's fault. Put the blame where it needs to be. JHG.
Is there like a cherry based coffee roast that you could basically have like a cherry, like a coffee at the bottom, and you put a little cherry, Mad Elf
Black Forest cake.
Maybe?
You're about
exactly.
To
Black
Jeff
Forest cake.
On
Exactly.
a fucking rabbit hole.
I feel like we need to ask Jeff that because
there's your cherry, there's your chocolate, there's your sweet.
Oh, cherry cordial.
We're getting into like a beverage like in Inception thing. Yeah, exactly. You read my mind.
A drink inside of a drink inside of a drink.
I was just trying to say Mad Elf, and y'all were not having it. So
can I ask Jeff? I'm going to ask Jeff a question about this. Have you had a coffee that has like a cherry element to it? Because I have not. I'm wondering how that would work.
Yes.
No.
Oh, no.
Not like no. I mean,
because if you have the
other berries, yes, but not a cherry.
Not cherry, yeah.
Yeah. But when they talk about coffee notes like that, it's really more subtle. It's not like it's not going to taste like a cherry Jolly Rancher. It's just like
no, but like just notes of it.
Yeah.
Wait,
they don't make coffees with cherry like syrup or whatever. Like there's other types of coffees they'll make with like I just had one the other day, like a raspberry truffle. It was like a winter drink at one of the local roasters I go to. But yeah, I mean, it sounds like what Greg is saying is take the cough medicine and make it sweeter, turn up the sweetness, and now you have cherry Jolly Rancher or Twizzler or something like that instead of cough medicine. It's still cherry. So.
And so, like with Jeff, I mean, I've had coffee that. I mean, there's a note, a small note of cherry, but definitely not as bright or big as these things. You're not going to have that. I mean, even Peticolas has a beer where they are trying to recreate this sort of old-fashioned type thing, and there's a note of cherry in there, but it's definitely a note. It's not like a big, fat cherry thing going on.
Don't they also do a cherry vanilla stout, like a seasonal?
They've.
I feel like there's a Dark Curtains version that's cherry vanilla.
They've done it once, but they didn't do it again.
Okay.
It's one of those things they like maybe pull out on anniversaries, but they don't do it often. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're adding vanilla to it, when you're adding another note to help kind of balance it, that makes it more palatable than if you're smacking it with just cherry. Right. Trying to do just a cherry single tier kind of thing, or single column kind of thing.
Absolutely. Yeah, cherry's tricky.
Mhm.
It's tricky.
Mhm.
Sure.
Very
Doug, you
much
got
so.
something?
Yep. You gotta be careful popping it, I guess, right?
Ah, yep.
Doug, you got
Yes,
something?
sir.
Yeah, I was trying to think. Bell's made this summer, like it was almost like a late summer ale with cherries, and it was Michigan
Oh,
cherries.
pool time, right?
or something like that.
That was
the
delicious.
that was the best beer I've ever had with cherries ever, and it was like this light, refreshing beer with a little bit of cherries in it, and it was awesome.
Doug, you never had a good creek?
Yeah.
I've had creeks are not really in my wheelhouse because they're borderline sour sometimes. But that Bell's with the Michigan cherry, it was a pool time. It was something time. I can't remember. Maybe deck
Yeah,
time.
between 5 and 6%. It was really light. Truly,
It was delicious, and
Yeah.
I saw it one year, and I've never seen it since. And I was bummed
Either.
because that was a really delicious cherry beer.
Yeah.
Well,
Petticoats again in
I'm
Dallas.
not
maybe.
counterpointing you, Doug. I'm just saying creeks are the best cherry beers, period. Don't come at me and don't argue with me. So,
Bell's does have a cherry stout.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah, I've not had that in a
They also made a cherry
Yeah.
Oberon variant too.
y'all and y'all fruited sours or fruited stouts can just go and
Yeah.
drink them somewhere and have fun. Like, leave me
Like
But
out.
Horace,
it's-
as JSG said.
Pool time ale.
Pool time ale.
Pool
That
time.
was what it was. Pool
That's
time
it,
ale.
that's
That
it,
was
yeah.
it. I couldn't find
And-
it, but that was awesome.
What was
enjoyed
that?
that one, yeah.
Ferocious blueberry stout. What was that one?
That was a Founders one.
Founders.
Lizards of Cause.
Oh,
Yes. God, that was so fucking bad.
The worst.
That was so terrible.
literally
Lizard-
one of the worst beers ever.
Lizards of Cause, it's the worst. Yeah.
The worst.
All right.
The worst.
I don't know why I brought
Blueberry
up
was
Founders.
great
That's
though.
my fault.
Mhm.
Gary, do I get?
Fucking Blueberry was great.
Blueberry's
You are
great.
not incorrect. You are not incorrect, Manny. That is a great cereal.
Oh god.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh,
I didn't know that.
That's cool. Turtle Creek. I like that.
Let me try it.
Do they do a petty cherry cola?
That would be me, but no, they don't do it. Oh, they did actually do a cola.
They do have a cola beer though, right?
It was
I forget what
called
it's
called.
called.
Okay.
cola or something like that, but it was
Don't call it a cola, yeah.
yeah, and it was kind of
We'll
after
call it a
that
cola.
thing,
I
so,
love
yeah.
it. That's amazing. I love that.
All right,
Hey.
y'all.
Uh-huh.
What's up, Doug?
I have a question for Jerry and Jeff. What if we've been talking about labels and logos and design and all that shit?
We got
What
one left.
do you? Okay, but
Oh, sorry.
in your area, in the I'm gonna say Dallas Fort Worth area, it's not a small area, but what's the best brewery for logo design for you guys?
Jeff, you have
I
a
didn't mean
thought?
to-
I have a thought, but I was going to.
Go ahead. Yeah, if you have go ahead. If you have an immediate thought, yeah.
So, I would put Pedicolis in there, as far as a logo, because it's a
soccer
family
thing.
name,
Yeah.
and just kind of as a can shows.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Agreed. I love their typeface. Yeah.
It's hard
Yeah.
to see, but if you look, there's like a pentagon right under the P. And that thing, like, there's meaning, like, the 5 sides of the pentagon, I think, is his
Oh.
family because it's a wife and 3 kids. And you can't see
Oh.
the inside, but there's like, I forget if it's like the year the brewery was founded or
That's
something.
cool.
But that pentagon has a lot of meaning in it. You can't,
That's
it's too hard
cool.
to see in a
Yeah,
scan. But
sorry, it's hard to see.
See, that's cool.
that brewery,
Now I
the other
gotta
side-
look.
The other side is Texas, I'm assuming,
soccer
right?
there, and so he wanted to make it like a soccer crest, and that's the other thing that comes through with that brewery. So that's
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's one that I thought was cool.
If they were ever to sponsor a Texas soccer team, that'd be kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, they're about to, yeah. So they tried
sweet.
with FC Dallas, and FC Dallas didn't want them,
Oh,
but
man.
there's another team coming up in the USL League, and called Atletico Dallas. They're going to start, and they've already had some meetups at the brewery, but yeah, that's a brewery you can go to, and they'll like, even if they're not open, they'll open early or they'll stay open late for like a certain like if there's a USA like Team USA game or like
nice.
a big Premier League game or Champions League or something, they'll open up early for that.
So speaking of in the design space, I follow a logo and branding thread called Brand New, and they mentioned the Athleticus Dallas branding. It got a really good listing, and I mean that branding is phenomenal. You talk about good sports branding. They've got some great sports branding, and because it's all the little details, and gearing off of the Pedicolis. But looking at the Pedicolis, you're right. That Pentagon with the 2010 in it for the year that they were founded, and the Texas logo in there. I mean, there's so much great stuff going on with that logo. So
great, get tripping. Pentagram, brother. Pentagram, not Pentagram.
Yeah, and Atletico's they're not even going to play for Pentagram. They're not even going to play for another year or two, and they're already hitting our market with like the logo and branding and trying to create fan interest. Yeah, so
sure,
that's cool.
And then the other one that actually Jeff mentioned is Vector Brewing. And what's interesting about Vector Brewing, I mean, these guys are also marketing professionals. They were originally the marketing crew for Lakewood Brewing in Garland, and then started their own separate brewery. And so they have a lot of different. I think the challenge sometimes with Vector is that they have so many good logos that they'll throw logos at you all day and just things like that. And so
overwhelming.
Yeah, they can sit there and make logos all day long. But yeah, they definitely have a strong logo on their beers and different things like that. But Pedicolis is a name that sort of stands out. I'm trying to think of another one that sort of stands out here in Texas, or in the North Texas area. That immediately comes to mind is actually something from Austin that I would come back. It's Live Oak. Live Oak's logo stands out to me.
And their branding is really consistent among all their different brews. Yeah, it's that yellow. Yeah,
colors.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Respect tomatoes.
Yeah, no, I mean, you hit it. Like, I mean, it's not like I'm trying to like remove bias because Pedicolis and Vector are two of my favorite breweries.
Sure.
But when Doug asked that question, those were the first two that came to mind.
And listen, this is all subjective. Like it's like music, it's like movies, like everything's subjective. You're gonna have so. I love this logo for this brewery out of Ithaca because I think this isn't their regular logo. This is their logo expanded. Their logo is actually just a little bit of the liquid state and just like the weird thing over. Sorry, I'm trying to do it backward, but this part is actually part of their logo. But they just made it out, and then they're very supportive of LGBTQ rights.
Mm-hmm.
So that's part of their whole thing. So they've made a whole like sort of flag out of it. And I just like their logo. Like I bought this. I do not need more fucking beer glasses. I have 8,000 beer glasses.
None of us do, Doug.
The glass is fire though.
And Jill was like, "You need to buy that glass." And the thing is, it's like this little part with the dip. That's their logo with the straight lines around the side of it a little bit. But like, I just love that whole thing. And the palm tree is not part of their logo at all. But for this, that worked. And they just do a great job of branding their logo. And they have awesome gear. Like their gear, they have a whole section of just sweatshirts, hoodies, T-shirts, hats. And of course, there's some hats I love that had great colors. And I won't get them because they're fucking trucker hats. And I don't like having fucking mesh on the back of my head. I just don't.
Gotcha.
So like,
Sounds
I
great.
just don't.
Sounds great.
So,
come on.
But as Jeff, we were in the chat. Jeff's like, yeah, I know, Doug. I'm like, yeah, so put some sunscreen on that fucking head and wear that shit. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm an old man and I'm cranky sometimes. So that's how it works.
Sometimes.
You need something cooler in Texas, though. Those New Era fitted hats, they get
Well, I
very
imagine.
heavy in Texas. So the mesh, and it's breathable and it lets your head breathe a little bit. That's good.
That makes sense. Up in the Northeast, we don't have that quite as much. We have a few months where it's like very humid. And but like today. All right.
That's how Doug feels
Yeah, pretty much.
about mesh hats.
But I was saying today it snowed and there's snow in my yard. It laid in my yard in November, which is unusual for us.
Wow.
It'll snow in November. That's not unusual, but laying and actually hanging out for a while is unusual. So Greg, you have one more. You have another logo for us, right?
Oh, y'all good?
He's like, yeah, I do.
Dude, we can go forever. So let's just do another logo.
All right. I love when Doug does the stage production. It's wonderful. So, Boulder Junction is a brewery in northern Wisconsin, out in the middle of nowhere. They will be opening within the next, hopefully, couple weeks. Clearly, Boulder Junction, the city, has a history with the railroad that they have up there. I don't know. I can't tell you anything about the beer besides that they're adding to the addition of one more female brewer here in Wisconsin. Yes. Actually, Tracy is a brewer. She brewed out in New Jersey, actually, Doug, professionally, and now her and her husband have settled in Boulder Junction, Wisconsin. Doug, initial thoughts on Boulder Junction?
All right. So I think this is a cool looking logo. The problem is it makes me think of Colorado, not Wisconsin. Unfortunately, because it's not their fault. Boulder Junction is probably the name of the town.
It is.
So that's not their fault, but it reminds me of Boulder, Colorado. And the problem, Boulder,
There's no
Colorado,
mountains in there. There's no mountains there, no.
But there's trees and it's pine trees.
Gotcha. Okay.
So now here's the thing. That doesn't mean that what they're doing is wrong. If they're starting out in sort of a rural Wisconsin area, this is great. I think this is a really good representation of what they're trying to do. So I'm just saying, like, as someone who is not from that area, I look at that and think of Boulder, Colorado. Now, Boulder, Colorado also has a fucking very robust beer scene. So that's a different thing. But that's as someone from upstate New York. Like, if I was there and in Wisconsin, I'd be like, oh, Boulder Junction, I know where that is. That's cool. And they had a railroad thing and whatever. Maybe they had they would understand that better than I would, because that seems like a very hyper local logo. That makes sense, and that's good. Like if you're a small brewery and you're starting out, this is good. I think it's good. I'm not as big a fan of the white text, but I don't know what you do to change that. I don't know how to differentiate that. Great Brews and Kindness is a really nice idea. The idea that you have another female brewer in Wisconsin is fucking awesome. So I'm not saying they shouldn't be seen. I'm just saying, like, for me, it's, if I'm looking at it purely as a design standpoint, and I'm not JHC, I don't have a design background.
There's where Boulder Junction is.
So they are. Oh, so they really are up there, but it's Boulder Junction.
Hey,
so,
fuck up north. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're up there. So, but good on them. But like, I think for making it something like, here's the locals know what this means. We know we were pretty heavy into the railroad stuff, and there's also lots of pine trees. So I feel like that really works for what they're trying to do. But as someone not from Wisconsin, that doesn't make as much sense to me, because I think of Boulder, Colorado. That doesn't mean I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Yep. And
That doesn't mean I'm right. That's a better way to say
And
it.
as someone who was up there last week, there's trees, believe me. Anyway,
Trees.
Oh yeah,
there are trees.
I know
And
that. I've been up there.
pretty much about it, Doug. There's trees and
Yes.
lakes. Jeff, what is your thoughts on Boulder Junction?
It was the same thing as Doug, Boulder, Colorado. But if they're gonna and Boulder's known for the beer scene, so if they're
a small
They're gonna-
5-barrel brewery that's only going to brew within like 15 miles of their brewer.
so it's not like someone like me is gonna see the can and be like, oh, this is a Colorado beer. Okay. Yeah.
I mean,
But
and that's the
I
city
like
they're
it.
from.
It's distinctive.
It's representative of their town, and if it's a train town, as you're saying that, I'm thinking, duh, Rollertown Brewing. When you talked about a Dallas brewery, they are. But going back to this though, yeah, it's a classic oval crest. Great brews and kindness. If that's if it's just like peaceful town, train comes through every time, and otherwise you're just sitting back and having a beer. That speaks to me. I like it.
Jerry, what's going on? Jerry, what's going
Oh,
on?
I'm sorry. I thought you were
Sure.
JSG. I was like, well, okay, JSG, what's going on? Oh, we're all.
Yeah, I don't know, I'm following the whole trail here or something.
JW, JHD. There's probably too many initials.
I mean,
Jeff.
so I mean, and in the same way that I would say Colorado, that's only because I'm more familiar with Boulder, Colorado, than I am Boulder, like Wisconsin. So there's that. It's intriguing. I mean, I look at it and I go like, oh, okay, that could be interesting. It makes me wonder about the area with the train and everything like that, and what part that plays in the town, because obviously that's the trees and the plane, the trees and the train being there are something like somewhat specific. So obviously,
You want to?
so great beers and kindness. Am I going, well, I would hope there's kindness everywhere I go. But I don't know in the logo if it, translates to anything specific. I
I
understand.
have something to tell you where that location is. Just saying.
Oh, well, okay. That sounds like a whole story right there. But maybe they should put kindness out there.
I don't think I have to go further, actually. Or
No,
do I?
the way you're saying it right now, I think you've said all that needs to be said. Like, okay, well, maybe
It's definitely a place that could use some kindness.
Could
in
use
my
some
personal
kindness.
opinion.
But if you got to put it in your logo, then you got to work on other things. I mean, you can't the logo. If you kind of rely on the logo to put it out there, I'm just saying. Maybe you should just stick with great brews, and maybe let's just make sure the brews are great, because putting great brews, and kindness, when the kindness isn't even there, I'm like, well, that's a lot.
This is why we have to have a Patreon chat, because
See,
what I need to say right now, I'm not going to. So Dan,
Lordy.
No, the way
Yeah.
you said that, you gave it. You gave the whole story.
the after show is going to be fire. Dan, what's going on?
So what I have my only question right to start off with is, what's the price for this versus B&O Railroad and Monopoly? So no, I'm just, but in all seriousness, like I'm getting like serious, like, okay, I'm the successor to Oregon Trail vibes from this. But like, but the Great Brews and Kindness, I like that kind of thing. And Welcome Home, because this is like your second home outside of your home, basically. So I do like the sentiment behind it, basically. So I don't, I do feel some of it, but I feel like this is like, again, I mean, it's like it's like you went to Canva and said, "Give me Oregon Trail for my logo," and this is what I got. That's what I'm getting.
Give me dysentery for my logo. Not for that logo. That logo is not dysentery. I'm just saying,
No.
Sorry, there was the Oregon Trail reference. Sorry.
No, well, welcome to Loose Stools Brewing.
Not loose stool.
Oh.
All right, that's the next brewery. Whoever has the fucking
wow.
brewery, if anybody's talking about the brewery, it's Loose Tools.
I almost don't want to go back to Dan for his
No.
final statement.
It's loose. No, because it's the play of words. It's Loose Tools, like TOOL. You know, so
Yeah.
because it was like, it could be like leftover anvil is my oatmeal stout. You know.
JHG, save us.
I don't know how we can save this.
There is a Loose Stool Brewing. I
Is there
kid
really?
you not. Loose Stool
What?
Brewing. All right, now I need to figure out who the fuck that is.
Wow. So
and it's a picture of a stool, not what we think it is.
Wow. Alestra all over again.
In Florida, by the way. So of course it is.
well,
Sorry for the tangent.
The clip art train aside,
Hey, Clippy appreciates that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to say about this damn thing. There are lots of different things going on. I mean, knowing what northern Wisconsin and UP of Michigan is like as a landscape. Yep, the trees make sense. Sure. What this is at an old train depot, at an old train stop, or there's trains that go through this area. Am I correct in that?
Boulder Junction, I believe, was a railroad city.
Almost like
It was
railroad
a stop.
hub.
It was a stop, and it was
Okay.
made.
It was a stop. Okay.
And I'm pretty sure that lumber, was a big thing. So
Okay. All
they
right.
took the lumber to different places. Boulder Junction is not a complex place. Back to what you're saying, JJ, it's not complex.
I was just trying to make sure that all the things that the symbols that they're using are indicative of where it is. And yes, okay, that tracks. That makes sense. That tracks, right? Yeah,
Unintended, yes.
Ding ding. Yeah, I mean, it's a great average logo. It's average. It's average. It is not reproducible small. It's got lots of parts to it. You've got things that can't be simplified down. You're going to have just Boulder Junction Brewing Company at some point on things. You can't have the train there. You can't have the trees there. You can't have the slogan there for everything. So it's trying to do a lot of things at once. This is where simplicity can make a logo better. But I get it. They're a local place. They're not selling to a large market. They're able to get away with this kind of branding because it's all they need in a local area for what they're doing.
What I would have loved to see with this logo, honestly, was like the malt that was used in the first logo we looked at. If they use the malt pattern as the railroad tracks and have them cross in the middle, that would be cool in my mind. Like malt tracks meeting in the middle as Boulder Junction. That would be cooler to me.
There are lots of different things you could do to make this more appealing, attractive, and say a lot more about brewing than it's doing. But it's safe. It's probably what a local designer could think of, come up with. It's not award winning. It's not going to win awards. Doesn't sound like their beer is going to win awards. So,
Well, hold on about that.
What it's like it wouldn't-
We haven't tried that.
Relax.
Relax.
I mean,
Relax, Cam.
Actually, honestly, my analysis
putting the brakes
goes the
on.
other way. Actually, I think they're actually going to be really good beer wise. I actually think the whole thing's going to work. And I actually think
Great.
the logo works. I think everything works because, again, respectfully, Boulder Junction is a simple place. It gets not simple enough, and like when it's like vacation, it gets flooded because there's a lot of people up there. But like most of the time, there's really no one in Boulder Junction. Their regulars are going to be the people that keep that going.
Gotcha.
I don't know. It's a simple. It feels really, really simple. If that makes sense. Like it's a simple life. If that makes sense in Boulder Junction. So.
I mean, I'm
I can
Kinda
totally
wanna-
get that.
I don't know if it necessarily needs the slogan though. I mean,
Right.
Yeah, you don't need.
let,
Yeah,
let the people say that they're great beers and kindness. That doesn't necessarily need to be in your slogan. That's like saying, "Hey, we're the
put
And
that
I-
up on the sign outside.
Yes, exactly.
Leave it out of the logo.
You put it on the bottom of your receipts whenever people sign them. You know, that's for sure. Absolutely.
For sure.
There you go.
All right, Doug. What's going on?
I'm going to finish it with a stout. I've had a
All right.
porter and 2 Mad Elves. It's stout season and Mad Elf season. And I had this on a previous show, but I got to end it with a stout. I didn't have a stout yet.
Yes.
Stout.
Four roses.
So, yeah, we're going to finish off with that. Will
Very
I
nice.
finish this? Who knows? Because I do have to get up at 6 in the morning to drive to my parents tomorrow. So we'll see how that works.
wow."
What is that, Doug? Thanksgiving at another place or something?
Well, it's my parents do a Thanksgiving Christmas combo because it's hard with all the different kids and grandkids and all that shit.
I love the
So-
word combo. That's great. Go on.
You love the word combo. Do you like the word
It's like a-
groceries?
Gary, it's like a 2 for 1 or something.
Groceries. Nobody's ever heard that word before.
Is the epitome? Is this like White Christmas? The epitome thereof, or?
Oh wow, I didn't say that shit.
It is pretty much. It's very white down there.
Sorry.
It's very white there.
You said that shit.
That's the stout talking. That's the stout talking.
Gary.
As usual, that beer is perfect and delicious. So
Mm.
That was
Here it
white
is.
on white
Here it is.
crime. That was
Here
white
it
on
is.
white crime. Don't blame us.
Oh, Lord.
what's funny is like, so when we go there, like my parents live in very rural Pennsylvania. My parents are centrist Democrats, which is unusual there, very unusual. So it is Trumpistan when I drive down there, and my family just stays at my parents' house, and we don't leave, and then we leave when we leave, and we just don't go anywhere because we're just safer that way.
Doug, what's the nearest biggest city?
Mm.
The nearest biggest city is probably Harrisburg, which is about 50 minutes away.
Oh.
What's the nearest smaller city? Like Pottstown or Doylestown or any? You know what I mean?
No,
Those-
no. Pottstown.
No, not those specific places.
But
like a little
that's
town like
state,
that.
that size, probably Sunbury. Sunbury is about 15 miles away. Sunbury is where Wise Markets,
Yeah.
that's the headquarters, is in this fucking shitty town called Sunbury, Pennsylvania. And that is the headquarters of Wise Markets. So there's Sunbury, Shamokin, and Selinsgrove. And Selinsgrove is where Susquehanna University is.
Oh, okay. There you go.
So they're not even, they're like 20,000 people. That's like each of those towns. So that's not a big thing. So if you want to go to a bigger city, bigger meaning like just medium size or small medium, it's Harrisburg and Williamsport. We like where my parents live is like immediately between the two, like 50 miles one way and 50 miles the other.
My description of both
Little
places
League.
is yeehaw.
Yeah. Very much so.
Little League capital, you know. Williamsport.
Yeah, Williamsport's the Little League capital, and it's 50 miles from my parents' house. So
Wait, Doug. So you said you go to your parents' house and you hide in the house.
basically, now I go out. Now I might be like my brother would be like, "Hey, can you meet me?" Now here's the thing. This is rural Pennsylvania at its finest. Well, you go meet me at the firehouse because it's a private club that you pay money to go in and you drink, and they have gambling machines and everybody smokes, and it fucking sucks. I fucking hate going there. And my brother, I said, I'm not going there anymore. And he's like, why? I said, because I come out of there, I smell like 50 packs of Marlboro Reds. I don't want to, I hate cigarettes and I hate the smoke. And I'll go there. I used to go out there and hang out with you, but I'm not doing it anymore. If you want to hang out, I'll hang out at your house.
I mean, define irony. The firehouse is a fire hazard. You know.
Now I'm telling you, in rural towns in Pennsylvania, at least, I don't know if it's anywhere else, but specifically in Pennsylvania, that is like they do this whole thing where it's like, here's our little bar, and it's a club, so it's not a bar. So you can do all the shit, like we'll have these fucking like gambling machines, and you could smoke like a chimney, and like everything's super cheap. Everything's super cheap.
It's not a retail establishment. They don't have to adhere to all those statutes.
No, so my brother would have to buzz me in to allow me in, like I was going into a fucking goddamn high stakes poker game, and we go in and it just like you walk in and it's 2 feet of smoke hanging at the side of hanging at the ceiling. You walk in, you're like, all right, if I walk under it, I'm okay.
Oh
no, you're not. You're gonna stink like a motherfucker if you're there.
It's your limbo challenge. As you walk in the door, I have to, limbo.
Doug, I swear I've been in those that had layers of smoke. You probably know what I'm talking about. Like
I do. And the thing is, you walk in and there's like, you see all these people from high school that you're just like, I never fucking hung out with you and I never will. And why am I? I'm here because my fucking brother's here. And so the thing is like, so I had 2 brothers. One of them's not that guy, and the other guy was. And the other guy that was had a stroke, and he doesn't go there much. So it's like I go and I just like. So when I go to my parents tomorrow, what I have to do is I get there, we eat, and then what happens after I eat? I have to go to my brother's house to help him fix his laptop because I work in IT, and everybody thinks that means I know how to fix everything, and I do not. I know how to fix one thing, and it's software, and it's a very specific set of software that I work with. And they think just because I've worked in IT for 25 fucking years, that means I know how to fix everything. So now I have to spend an hour and a half figuring out this fucking Wi-Fi problem. Jesus Christ! Oh. And listen, my brother is permanently disabled because of his stroke. And listen, I'm doing it because he's my brother, and I want to take care of him and make sure he's okay. But at the same time, every time I go down there, there's some goddamn fucking IT problem I got to fix. I'm like, ugh. All right, that's my rant for the evening. I apologize. I love my family. I love all of them, and they're trying to just get shit done, and I know how to fix things in that realm. If I said, "Hey, I don't know how to fix this thing," like I talked to my brother Nick, he's been a mechanic. He's remodeled his entire house by himself. Like if I have some shit where I have to do something in my house, I'm like, "Hey, man, I'm trying to fix." Where I am right now, and Daniel's been in my house. That pocket door he helped me put in because I had no fucking idea how to put a pocket door in.
Wow.
And he came up to my house and he helped me put that shit in. And I'm like, oh, okay, now I understand that. But like, whew, yeah, it's family. You just, everybody has family that just like, works and all, you love them.
Yep, you do the stuff to help them.
Mm-hmm. JHG, you have something to say?
He poured, yeah.
Yeah.
I poured. Everything Naughty from Omegang.
Omegang, baby.
From the Omegang, the OMG series.
All of them are OMG now.
So this is a white chocolate Imperial Blonde Stout.
Nice.
9.5.
9.5, and it smells of coffee, and it has this wonderful blend of like roasted coffee and white chocolate together in that wonderful
Show that
stouty
glass, please. Show
flavor.
it again.
But it's a blonde, so it messes with your head a little bit. But I have to say, they knocked it out of the park with this one.
Oh my god. I'm so glad I wasn't mid sip at that point. I would have made all the screen. That's what he said.
That's not the first Scooby thing Manny has said, because I'm going to show this to you right now.
Wait, who's he talking about?
Oh God!
All of us, I think.
Doug, it's definitely not me or you, because we're always here. So
For sure.
Yes.
right.
Yes, sir.
I think we narrowed it down. Maybe.
Hey, so can I ask, Jeff, what
Well,
is
hold
it?
on, Doug. Hold on a sec.
Oh, sorry.
After that, can Dan get to his beer right now, and then Doug?
Yeah.
You ask Chef first, and I'll ask Chef first, and I'll come back.
I want to ask
after
Jeff about his shirt.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's De La Soul.
I thought so.
Oh,
I just want to be sure.
Yeah. It's like this came out. The shirt is from, I think, the Grind Date era. So obviously when they came out, they had the 339 Rising, the Daisy era, the hair, and then the hair is being removed, and now this is what they look like at that era. So
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
that new album, I've been listening to it all week. It came out last Friday, so
Yeah.
wanted to
Yeah.
show them a little love on the show. That's all. So,
I have thoughts on that album, but we will talk with Jerry and Tony on their show about that.
Oh, there you go. I'm looking forward to hearing about that. Yeah.
Well,
Sounds spicy.
So I had full disclosure. I've had help.
Is this though? Not as spicy as this comment. I'm sorry, dude. But anyway, I don't know who he's.
I like that.
yeah,
Could be all of us.
Or
he's talking to you, Greg, because you said you weren't the one he's talking about. So now he's saying, "Yeah, it was you he was talking about."
yeah,
That's what
good
he's
point.
saying. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
anyway, Dan, you have a beer.
Count chocolate. I full disclosure, I've had help all evening, so I'm not just doing this by myself. My dad, aka Dad on Tap, has been helping me out with it. So I've actually been through a number of beers. So I'll quickly run through them quickly. The first one I had was Doug may recognize this brewery.
Strange Bird, baby. Great labels.
So
Great fucking labels.
This is their Bear Fight Imperial Stout. So I had this one earlier. This is two-row oats, roasted barley chocolate, Simcoe, and they use London Ale, 40 IBUs, 10% ABV. But before that, I opted to go with a Latino brewery because I love to support Latino breweries when I can. This is the Round Table's Bark Necessities.
Nice.
This is a 9.7. They actually took over the Gardnersville space that Industrial Arts used to occupy back in the day. They took over that space, and they also have a Brooklyn tap room as well. So I'm loving that. And then, so the penultimate one I have right now is this one, which should not be unfamiliar to most people.
So it's like a variation on Parabola?
Yes, exactly. So this is aged Imperial Stout aged in rye barrels. So yeah, this is 15.2, and I definitely am feeling that right now. But not to be outdone, I happened to stop by other half Rockefeller Center, and I picked up another half because I can.
Look at that.
This
label.
is other half side project in Zool called Betsubato.
Wow.
Imperial Stout aged in 30 months in bourbon barrels with almonds and vanilla.
Oh,
damn.
Right?
This is almond croissant in glass, no cap.
Oh,
wow.
It's. I hope there's more around for Invasion next year because I will. Anyone who comes by, I want to buy. I'll probably want to buy a bottle if there's any left. For you
Zool's out of Tennessee, right?
Yeah,
I'm coming. Yeah. I'm coming north fast for that. Holy crap!
I mean, it's definitely. I'm definitely feeling the sweetness from it, basically, because like the starting gravity of this, I can't even imagine what this is, honestly. Because I'm feeling the sweetness, like, you know, I mean, my pancreas is not going into shock yet, but it might go. If I had the entire bottle by myself, yes, it would happen.
Yeah.
So then you definitely have to share it.
Exactly.
You're
But yeah,
saving yourself. That's what you're doing. You're saving
I-
yourself.
Right.
I didn't have the liver capacity, but I also have a bottle of the pineapple headband. So it was a collab they did with Forager Brewery, and it was with a pineapple, marshmallow, coconut, vanilla, and something else. I can't remember what the fifth ingredient was.
That sounds like a
It sounded
Doug beer.
wild.
It's a stout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a stout, a stout aged, also
Wow.
aged 30 months with all that stuff with Forager Brewery. And like pineapple. Pineapple, like, you know, who uses pineapple in the stout?
Yeah, that's
I
intriguing.
mean, so pineapple and stout, I like when I have it. Orange and stout, I like when I have it.
Orange.
I can imagine that. Yeah.
Orange chocolate, yeah. That's
Mhm.
definitely a winning combination for a lot of people, right?
Mhm.
Very cool.
But yeah, so I'm gonna nurse this one for a while, for real.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Everybody good on beers?
Yeah.
All right, Doug. Did you have something, or did I cut you off? Or
I wanted to have one thing to ask for the crowd, which was, what was the best thing you ate over Thanksgiving? I want to start with Jeff, because Jeff makes a lot of shit. You and I have a lot of different things that we talk about, food we make. You are more of like, I'm going to smoke stuff and grill stuff, and I'm more of like, I'm just going to cook stuff in the kitchen. What was the best thing you had for Thanksgiving?
I mean, that's exactly it. I smoke turkey every year, and you know, I've learned that smoking the whole bird whole is not the best way to do it. So either you spatchcock it and lay it flat, or what I've been doing is just doing the pieces separately, because they all want to, you know, they're all done at different times, and you know, the breast you only want to take to like 160-ish, but the leg and thighs, the dark meat, you want to take, you know, darker and get it more tender. And so yeah, the turkey leg was, and so what I did this year was actually bought. I didn't just buy a turkey and, like, you know, dissect it. I had there's a supermarket. It's the only place I know where you can find it, but they sell these boneless turkey breasts, and they're huge. They're like they're between 3 and 5 pounds depending on when you go, and it's like Jerry's nodding because like it's a Texas barbecue staple. Like when you go to a Texas barbecue place, there's your brisket, there's your ribs, and there's your turkey, and there's your sausage. And they might have pulled pork, they might have something else, but those 4 things are the things that you judge like a Texas barbecue on. And the turkey is actually really good. And I've learned how to make it really good. And then the turkey legs is something that's like a staple at our state fair. And so when I first moved here, I would go to the state fair just to get a turkey leg. And then when I got into smoking, I learned how to do it myself. And you can buy, like, you know, you can buy smoked turkey legs that you just reheat, but you can also buy them raw to smoke yourself. And so that's what I did this year. We had a scaled down Thanksgiving. My kitchen is under repair right now. So we had other food, but it wasn't the same. Like you can see, like, that shelf behind me is all our kitchen stuff that's like packed up in my office because like our cabinets are being replaced. So but yeah, it was definitely the smoked turkey, and that's my answer every year. My wife makes me stuffing I really like, but that's just straight Pepperidge Farm from the bag. There's nothing. I mean, she put some cranberries in there and things like that. But yeah, it's definitely the turkey, and that's
nice.
Thanksgiving. That's how it should be.
Yeah. Thank you, Jeff. That I figured that's where you were going, but I wanted to hear you talk about it because that makes me hungry. So
yeah, and I'm not really.
I'm starving right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. But I don't have a sweet tooth, so like, you know, they're lost on me. Like I'll eat them, but they're fine. But sometimes I don't eat them because I'm already full from all the other stuff. So.
How about well, let's go to JHG. I'm gonna pick people, so you're just gonna.
I don't know that I had one particular thing that I enjoyed out of all of it, because for me this year it was more of a special Thanksgiving because my parents are moving out of the house that they've lived in for like almost 35 years. And so for us, it was, and at least for me, it was an opportunity to have one final meal in their home with them, enjoy the time together with them, and enjoy the same kind of staple Thanksgiving food that we normally have: stuffing, turkey, mashed potatoes, gravy, cranberry sauce, all those traditional sort of Thanksgiving Day meal things. But having my family and my parents there in their home for one final time in their home and enjoying that time and the space with them was more important than the food itself. So I enjoyed all the food. The food was wonderful as usual. My parents don't spare any time or love when they make their meal. They really enjoy doing that. So you could feel that and taste that in their food. And I enjoyed that. But again, it was the family experience and being there that I enjoyed more than anything else.
Yeah, it's a good one. Jerry, what about you?
Yeah, my mom always makes stuffing dressing. I'm not going to get into the semantics of like what is what, but it
stuffing subjective too.
It's funny. She can make, like, that's the one thing she will make, and my sisters will bring their stuff. I brought a cherry pie. I said that's all I'm bringing, because they really love this berry pie that I get from one of these shops. But my mom makes that dressing, and my sisters will do everything from macaroni and cheese. And one of my sisters, it's my baby sister. Well, she went to town on the macaroni and cheese, and then she said, "Okay," because the reason why I say that is because she said, I was boiling the pasta, and I just kind of got, all caught up and doing the stuff, and I have these two big pans of. So could someone take one of these pans home? I'm like going, ma'am, wait, that is not going to work. And I said, why don't you take that back home? Well, I already have two other pans at home. I was going, come on, girl, how much are you making? But yeah, everything was working well. My niece made the sweet potatoes, which I know, so we talked about last week. That's kind of a key food for me. So, but she and her, the pie info for sure. It's a berry. It's like a 4-berry pie, and this I actually
no. But where do you get it from?
Huh?
Where do you get it from?
Whole Foods.
Okay.
Whole Foods. And I
there you go.
got it from Whole Foods because it's one thing that I know my mother really likes, and pecan pie is one of those things where I'll do pecan pie. Again, sweet potato pie is kind of my favorite. I'll eat pumpkin pie. That's maybe my immediate favorite, but I'll eat it. But this berry pie with this sort of crumb crust on top, my mom loves. And I will. She loves that, like when I used to make banana bread, right? And I used to do that just from scratch, and she just really enjoyed that. And I was like, okay, I haven't done that in years, so we need to do this pie. Let's do that. But it's Thanksgiving is that one holiday where we eat similar things each year. The dressing, the turkey was smoked by a company in East Texas. I want to say Green Bird. I'm forgetting the name, but yeah, it was really good. Everything was solid, and it was just some key things. And had a chance to find out, everybody in my immediate family was doing okay, which is kind of the main thing I want to check in on with Thanksgiving. There are some people in my extended family that were not doing too hot. So it was good to kind of touch base on that. I say, what's going on? What's going on? So that was good to kind of get a glimpse on exactly what was happening there, because I can see there's some stuff that we need to kind of deal with. So good conversation and some good food. And then the good food kind of just helps connect with everything. Christmas could be all over the place, but Thanksgiving usually is the same meal.
Daniel, you?
So I'm super, not, fair in this regard. For those of you who don't know, my wife is an incredible baker, and I pretty much love almost everything she does. So like she gave me the option. I want to do this thing, or I can do this, this super kind of more saccharine maple focus kind of dessert for Thanksgiving. I'm like, no, do the first thing, because like when I have such a savory focused meal like in Thanksgiving, I want to have something that's, it has some sweet in it, mind you, but I don't want it to be like, diabetes, kind of focus. Yeah. So I don't need that, that kind of focus. So she made these cranberry lemon bars that were, again, they have a touch of sweetness, but the tartness between the lemon and the cranberry, just like for me, just like honestly, like I don't eat a lot of dessert. I don't eat a lot of that kind of things mostly, honestly. But honestly, like every meal I've had from like Wednesday night through now, I've wanted just a little tiny 1x1 square. I don't need that much. I just need a little bit to kind of get me there.
Yep.
And so that really just for me just it brought me there because it has those flavors. It has the freshness of the zest and the freshness of the lemon, and you have the cranberry, which obviously is a Thanksgiving universality in my mind, and that's why I had to mention that, because like it was so good. I mean, not that our other desserts weren't amazing as well. She makes multiple things, because she's like not one to say, oh, I'll just do one and be done. No, she's like, I'm gonna make these butter cookies, and I make these sugar cookies, and I make these other things, and like she's all about that kind of stuff. And she's like, oh, it's not a big deal. I'll just make these. I'll just have these layovers that say all these, they have a maple leaf on them and say like, let's eat Thanksgiving kind of on the. She's like, oh, it's no big deal. I'll just do this like stencil on top of it. No big deal. I'm like, dude, that's a big deal. I can't. I mean, I can't even like write my own name in cursive like properly. I mean, like Jesus, yeah. So many thanks to my wife for being way more motivated and artistically focused than I could ever be. So
cheers to that. So I just want to say that I'm going to my parents tomorrow morning. That is my Thanksgiving thing. Now, my parents live in rural Pennsylvania and in Pennsylvania Dutch country. So spices are salt and pepper. So I made a mac and cheese. I have a mac and cheese recipe that I absolutely love. And I make it with, I make a bechamel. And so it takes me like 2 hours to make. It's a long mac and cheese. But I made it, and then tomorrow I want to get there early enough that I can heat it up in the oven. But my parents make this, and I think the connective tissue for fucking Thanksgiving and for a lot of things is gravy. I just, a good gravy just makes a lot of shit work. Mashed potatoes, turkey, stuffing. I put gravy on everything I can that is a starch or a meat. I'm gonna put it all in that. If it's a veggie, no. But I'm gonna put it on the stuffing. I'm gonna put it on mashed potatoes. I'm gonna put it on the meat. Like, I can't eat ham because it's too fucking salty, and sodium is a concern for me. And then, as a side tangent of that, and today in my Manny, that makes me very sad. That makes me very sad.
fuck?
Very sad.
That's worse than his Caleb Williams takes. Shit.
Yes, for sure. So I just want to say that today in my phone, I was looking through photos and something came up in my photos. 4 years ago today, I had my heart attack.
Wow.
Oh.
Today.
Wow.
And I had a thing where I had to go put snow tires on my daughter's car. And that was crazy expensive. And I was a little miffed because I'm like, it's fucking a lot of money to put snow tires in your car. And I never would have done that when I was a kid. I would never have thought to ask my parents that. That doesn't mean they're wrong to ask. And then I was kind of mad. And then I saw that on my phone. I'm like, I'm getting mad at the wrong things.
Mm.
And I am so fortunate and so lucky that I'm alive and I get to hang out with you guys and bullshit and have beers and talk about a million things. And I give JHG and Jeff all this shit about Boston sports and just dumb shit. I get to talk about dumb shit all the time. And I very nearly wasn't here for that. The heart attack stuff I had was way closer than I probably have let on in the show. I had 4 80% clots, two of them in my Widowmaker, and I am alive, and I am here, and maybe that seems small to other folks. To me, that's big. And it was when I showed my wife that we were driving from dropping off my daughter's car. And I said, fuck, I didn't want to see that. And I showed her and she started crying. And I'm crying now because I'm like, God damn it. Like, I'm okay. But as soon as my wife is a mess, I am 10 times that mess. So I just want to say everybody who watches the show and hangs out and talks and just, if you're in the periphery, I don't give a shit. Thank you. This makes the show all worthwhile. It's Greg. I love that man. He is one of my best friends on the planet. And you all are my friends too. And I get to hang out with you every Friday. And this is a fucking privilege. And I love it, folks. So thank you for that. Sorry for going off.
Right.
Perfect.
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 It's also crazy that was already 4 years ago. It feels like it was only
Yeah.
like a year or two
Agreed.
ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's great
It's amazing.
perspective, and it's perspective we all need to have, and
Yep.
you know, we get it one way or another in different times, but yeah, thank you, Doug. That was awesome.
I love all you. I do. You're great. Thank you.
Just like all Stouts out there, we're only here for an ageable amount of time, you know, and then we kind of pitter off into nothingness. So
Sure. Absolutely.
Sorry for the heaviness.
no, but
Now we got to find out what was Greg's
I've
favorite part of Thanksgiving meal.
I prided
Yes.
myself on doing
I think I know.
segues, and I don't know how you segue out of that shit.
You know what was your favorite Thanksgiving part? What was your favorite part of the Thanksgiving meal? It wasn't the corn. We know that.
No, it wasn't the corn or the turkey. That shit was,
It was definitely not the corn.
or the turkey.
I mean, wait. What's going on with the corn? I mean,
Greg,
It was,
the floor is yours.
I didn't eat any corn.
you put some corn full of butter
it
in
was
it.
frozen
you're good,
corn,
no?
and then like the texture just is not. It just was not it.
Wait. The texture of corn? Did you
Yeah,
have
you know
like
the little
corn?
corn on the cobs,
No, the corn on cobs, right?
Instapot.
Oh, Instapot. Wait, Instapot? What are you doing with Instapot?
I don't know,
What's going on here?
You Instapot them for 10 minutes or something.
Oh, okay. I mean, hey.
No, I never,
You know what, man?
ever.
I'm not gonna lie. The stats hurt me so hard. I almost went to Cornholio just now.
I've never, ever.
I was this close. I was this close. This close.
Anyway, let's not dwell on the corn. Who cares? It was bullshit. Doesn't matter. Nobody cared. Nobody cared really. It was the smoked chicken that was exquisite. It was great. So
Nice.
stole the show. That's it. That's it though. It was simple.
I thought you were going to say it's the Costco pie, the Costco pumpkin pie you've had.
I mean, it was
But,
the
yeah.
cake. It was good. It was fine. Wasn't.
Some good roast chicken.
Yeah. So everybody's got their last beer and all that. Everybody did all that.
We did that.
All right, then I guess we're ready for this. Oh, we had some bangers tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start with our wonderful wonderful co-host, Jerry.
So I had the Wintervention Dark Strong Winter Ale. Definitely one of my favorites from Pedicolas. They have some fun variants of it, but it's always a great just winter ale. That one was 10%. And then I decided, okay, I'm going to lose my mind and do the Sombra. And so the Sombra being 16%.
God damn.
There was Heat for Days. Like I said, the track that should have been playing was Glenn Fry's The Heat Is On, or just like, okay, let's go with that. And but
There you go.
that was very good. I really enjoyed it. In fact, of course, I could just sit with that for a minute because that was a sipper through the rest of the show. So, very good.
Excellent, Stud. We'll go around
right.
the horn here.
So I'm going to start with least favorite to favorite, if that works. I'm going to go with the 25 Mad Elf. This was super duper cherry forward, which I like cherries. This is overdone.
Cherry, 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 baby.
Yeah, so that was I'm going to say the second one was the Alpaclaws from Three Floyds. It was good, not bad. Now the last year's variant of Mad Elf was very good because it was tamped down a cherry flavor, but really it was sweet, but not overly sweet. Really good, really deliciously done. And I did have a fourth beer, the Black Ops Four Roses Barrel Stout. This was fucking awesome. So good, tasty. I still have like half a glass of this, and I have to get up in fucking 6 hours and 15 minutes. So will I finish that? Maybe, maybe not. I probably will because I can't waste shit, and that bothers me. So I'm gonna do that. But yeah, it was all good.
Yeah. Pepper, what's going on?
So I had I was the oatmeal stout advocate tonight. I had the classic Jim Smith, and then a local-ish because it's Austin, not Dallas, Convict Hill. I do have a Wintervention in my fridge. I didn't pull it out. Like you, Doug, I don't like to waste beer, and I didn't. Some of these, 16-ounce cans. I wish if you only want like 4 or 6 ounces of something to like finish off the night, popping the can doesn't work. And then I also have another big heavy stout from a brewery called Odd Muse, which they do a regular kind of imperial stout, but they also did a few pastry stouts, and they did a chocolate cupcake one. Again, it's like 12%, and I had thought to go in and get it like about 20-30 minutes ago, but I was like, no, I'll save it for another night. But yeah, those are the two I had.
Dan, are we gonna recap all yours?
I'll do as quick as I can because so like honestly for me like again I'm with Tepper. The oatmeal stout is it left the largest impression on me because like, I would have more than one of those in a heartbeat because like I just like I mean the drinkability the mouthfeel texture that's for me that was like I would have so many of those. After that though like everything else is like kind of all on a similar plane. So like the Dark Necessities from Roundtable, like is super. Again, I haven't had a lot from them honestly, but they're like I love that a lot. Basically, but again, the Strange Bird was also good. The one from the fine folks in out of Maryland there, the from Scott and Company over there. That was obviously that was also amazing. But I mean, honestly, for me, like the other half is like almost a little bit too sweet for me. So I had to put a little below that. But honestly, Privala, I mean, yeah, I mean, what can I say? I mean, there's. I'm so thankful that I have my dad here to share these with me because, like, if I had these by myself, I would be like, off the stream and passed out like half an hour ago. Honestly, yeah, exactly. Positively catatonic, obviously. So I'm happy to share all these. If you can get Strange Bird out there, get Strange Bird because, like, I feel like there's like so many brews out there they do that are so quintessentially done well. But yeah, so for those who so next year, here's your petition. If you are available in the end of the second quarter of 2026 and you can come to NYC, please come because I will try my hardest to get you here, to have a place for you to stay, to go through some breweries. So please come if you can. I'd love to have you here because I mean, for those who haven't had a chance to drink with a person like Doug and Jerry and Greg and everybody, I want to drink with you in person at some point. That's all I have to say.
JC, we talked about your stuff.
All right, we haven't. So, in rating these, so Mad Elf, cherry bomb. Thanks, Runaways.
With the cherry bomb.
Next one up was our Air Gordon pumpkin porter. Really, really great seasonal beer from Solace here in the DC area.
It's 23 out of 10.
Yes. And then Everything Naughty, white chocolate imperial blonde stout from our friends at Omegang. Just
great name.
Yeah, really, really good name. Great can art. I mean, with the illustrations of the owls on the side and whatnot. So here's to them.
Greg, didn't hear about yours yet.
We have not.
No.
And I like looking at myself. I really do. But there you go.
I mean, you're all right.
What's not,
Anyway, I only had two, y'all. These two.
Christmas ale and the McFleshmans.
Yeah, everything that McFleshmans does besides two beers, and I won't say them on. Well, I could say them, but every other thing that they've done has just been amazing. If y'all, I will be introducing these to y'all once I start shipping beer. Y'all will see this. Beer excellence, McFleshmans. And y'all know about this one. I don't know. After further review, the spice was a little too much.
Mm-hmm.
And the barrel was not that much. I didn't taste it.
Not enough.
So then it became like too much spice, especially when it warmed up.
Okay.
There's that. But also what we're warming up to around here, we're always warming up to modern booze and beats.
Yeah, baby.
Jerry, what's been going on over there?
We've got a show that'll be coming on the main feed soon on a lyric lookup. So this is kind of an interesting segment that he does around looking up specific lyrics to songs. And then we have a fun show that's coming up, one that we did last year that we were able to get into our top releases for the year. So Speakeasy Conversations and Modern Brews and Beats will get together to share their top 10 releases of 2025, and these are album releases. So 10 through 6 will be on Modern Brews and Beats podcast, and the 5 through 1 will be here on Speakeasy Conversations. So looking forward to that.
Excellent.
Yes.
And two last things. One from Jeff Tepper and one from Doug.
Jeff, you first, apparently.
I know that speaking about Modern Brews and Beats, I know you've made a few appearances over the years that you love to talk about. Would you like to refresh everybody where they can find you on there?
On
Modern Brews and Beats, you were on there numerous times.
I was. So I've talked about coffee on there a few times. And we did a Native Tongues. I don't know if it was a lyric lookup for one of the Tribe Called Quest songs.
It was a Tribe Called Quest song, and then Jeff was the one who introduced us to DL. Daniel.
Oh, right. There was that too. Yeah.
Speak with him as well. So definitely hip hop from Boston. And the great thing about that is that we get a chance to talk about regional hip hop, which, so in the general story, most times we're hearing about hip hop either from New York or like on the West Coast, but there are other regional stories that we don't hear as often. So that's really great to hear regional stories like that one from Boston. And that is actually the same show we were talking about, Time and Materials, as well, because I think that the gentleman who's behind Time and Materials Beer Company was someone who's also a very big hip hop fan in the local groups. I think
a producer. He produced some of the songs that GL rapped on. So it's all connected. And yeah, I think what you said is true. I think every region, and I'll say this about Boston, and I assume it's the same everywhere. We have a lot of talent. We just don't have a lot of recognition and marketing and the machine behind that talent to get it to a level where it's national. So, but yeah. So,
and you can find those, I'm pretty sure, by Googling Modern Brews and Beats and Jeff Tepper, right, Jerry? It'll probably come up.
Absolutely. You do that, and especially if you put Modern Brews and Beats and Jeff Tepper, the shows that he was on will definitely pop up.
Yeah. So a little announcement that JHG and I's epic Van Halen discography run will be released shortly here.
Yeah, baby, finally.
The culmination will be a live show where JHG and I will be boozing before and during.
Yeah, baby, let's do it.
Do the last two Van Halen?
Would it be
two?
Hold on,
would you say it's an eruption of your ideas?
Yes.
Yes.
JHG, it's the last two. I'm verifying.
Yes, it's the last two.
Oh, and
Van
the
Halen
last two
3
is
and a different kind of truth.
Van Halen 3.
So it's the mess at the end of Van Halen.
Van Halen 3 is a complete and utter abomination. And when we get there, it's going to be, and then you're going to add booze. It's going to be as messy as they are.
Yep. It's going to be messy like their early years.
Like,
yeah.
That is worse than like a blowout baby diaper. It's just. Anyway, on that note.
Yeah.
On that note, Doug, do we have something coming up in your land?
Well, I have a few things. So I have, this was kind of off the cuff. So we have the Cult Bar, which is coming up. That'll be coming up. So we are going to be doing kind of an offshoot because it's going to be this starvation cult in a country in Africa where basically it's like we have a podcast and an article to go off of because it's fairly new. They don't have a docuseries or documentary to talk about it. So Renee and I are going to talk about that. Mortal content. I do not have the guest lined up yet. I'm pretty close for December.
Cool.
Mortal content I'm still pretty proud of because I just love the name of it because I was like absolutely certain somebody had that and nobody did. How the fuck did nobody have mortal content? What are you morons doing?
Because it's goofy.
I am.
Because it's goofy.
Greg, you shit on that all over the place when I came up with the name, and I was like,
Really
I like that.
Wow.
Shit
You're like-
is, shit is
Doug,
wild.
but I have to tell you about someone who I want you to bring on in lieu of me for a certain topic. So I'll reach out to you offline.
Yeah, please do because we have some shit to talk about. I the thing is, there's a million different directions because it's content. It's podcasts, it's books, it's movies, it's shows, it's music. There's any way I can go. So if you have an idea, please throw it my way. I would love that.
So much so it's a crutch. But whatever.
It is a bit of a crutch because I'm like, I don't have a focus. There's like, here's all these different things I can do. Great. I have somebody for January and February. I don't have somebody for December.
Oh yeah, and I don't think I can make an appearance. So yeah, you better get somebody.
Anyway,
Not that I need to, because Doug,
anyway, folks.
Next week, Doug.
Yeah, we have Brianna from Ancestors and Alcohol talking about Black Christmas themed stuff, which will be
We're gonna get
awesome.
y'all. We're gonna get y'all all shaped up to watch the right shit, not the white shit.
Yeah, the right
Yeah, I
shit,
said
not the
that.
white shit.
Come on,
Not
there's some
screaming of the
white
Christmas.
shit. That's right shit right there. I'm talking about movies. What are y'all talking about? Wild. Anyway,
We know what you're
thank
talking
y'all for the
about.
Stout Show. Y'all the best.
Thank you all. Thank you guys for being here
Yes.
for real. Thank you for popping in. And you were here for a long time. 3 hours. So thank you.
Well,
Really appreciate it.
We're used to this. Come on.
But it's fine.
All right, we'll see y'all next year with hopefully better beers because y'all can leave the Mad Elf over and
Hey, fuck off. I'm always gonna have that I'm always gonna have that in the mix, whether you like it or not.
where's that dumb shit come from? Hershey or whatever.
Yep.
Mad Elf.
you need your Hershey Highway.
The chocolate.
Oh.
Sorry.
Who said